Alright, can you hear me now? Okay. I don't know why this always happens for scheduled streams. It's so weird, but it's, like, so weird. Can you hear me now? You see him? I just switched the audio to my computer. I think it's better like this. Okay. Alright. Um, yeah, I don't know why it does that, man. It's so fucking weird. Anyways, I was saying that I want the pre-race high probably, but I don't really care about this little sweep right here, personally, because it's just a failure swing to all these lows. So, like, I can't feel comfortable trading away from this because there's still, you know, lows underneath it. But if we swept this, if we swept all of it, then I could feel comfortable trading away from this because there's nothing else to trade to, you know? So, but we don't have that. So I wouldn't touch this yet. Like, honestly, bro, I would almost want to see this get like taken first before I even touch this. Um, so like maybe 930 could get there, honestly. We'll see though. I don't know if I'm gonna trade it. Few points into this, like, don't have any SMT yet, do we? Trade yet. This is the only thing I'm interested in because I'm not gonna long it. I'm telling you that right now. I'm just not gonna do it. I would like to see us take this out and like maybe form an SMT to go higher. I just see previous high because we're a lot closer to it as of right now. And then just off of this daily sweep, we're expanding away from it. So then we have this high up here. But let's look at something else because I haven't even looked at anything. Also, I'd like alert here. All right. Get YM. Actually, let's go full screen. So I was thinking about shorts possibly. Right, we had this daily SMT here, something like this. If I remember, check RTY. Yeah. Okay, but here's the thing about this. It's like not really what you want to see. This kind of a deep run is width, and we set the pre-stage low. Where's 930 at? Yeah, like if 930 doesn't reverse, then we can't trade this lower. Like basically. There's no SMT. Oh, whoops. Flip YM. Okay, there is an SMT. This needs a hold, bro. Like, if we're gonna go lower, this needs a hold. And we can start to consider it. But even for the weaker asset, where is this shit? Bringing some divergence to the lows. We're having a pretty deep run up here. I don't really like that, but we'll see if we get this close here. Because we had the profile, right, that we'd like to see. If we're gonna be bearish. If I pull up the indicator, we like to see Asia lows to trade back to. So this is a pretty deep run, right? So we need to see the important times. Like honestly, 930 is like the only important time here. Pretty sure. Tuesday, 10 o'clock news. Okay. Still, I would probably want to see I would be more inclined to see 930 go lower. Yeah, honestly, it's like more significant to me than 10. So we get this hourly close here in a minute. So we'll set a limit there as well. Move on. So all we're trying to do is find the highest probable pair here. Gold. It's gold. How many longs on gold? Okay. It took it overnight. Now originally I wanted shorts, but the way this formed and all the other pairs, especially silver, was not showing like this SMT here. I had a feeling it was gonna break unless we form something intraday. But this PA here does not look bearish. You know? So you kind of have to assume price is high until the next day. Like if it is something like this or whatever, make some like protected high with this close under, then it would be more convincing. But yeah, um, I don't think this looks very good either. I wouldn't short it either. This SMT is pretty much useless. Um, we're already trading away from this open price, so really I would just be drawn to that high probably. Like it is our model, right? Where previous day hits a key level. That's another reason why. This close was just super and whatnot. But what was that? Was that 10 o'clock? Oh, that was 10 o'clock. Okay. So this is making the opposing run to the draw. 5 minute. Let's alert here. You also got that new 4-hour candle. So it's going to open low first, which is what you want to see. But I guess in Q. Okay, yeah. So see how we want to shorts first? Like, doesn't really make sense to trade away from these lows. But I mean, was there even an entry? Possibly this, like this propulsion block. Answer there, like right before news. But was there any SMT? There was an SMT. Right there. That you could have took off this close. It's like ideal swing formation there. Let's see if ES takes its low. That's going to be important. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't. I mean, if it does, then it's not great. If you want longs, might go to previous low because we don't have a protected low at Monday's low, so it could make sense. Right? Previous day also did hit a key level, same model, but it's just a little bit different because this close was very strong after this manipulation here. So to assume bearishness, we need more context. Right? But let's see if ES takes this low. It honestly looks like it is. Yeah, it is gonna take that low. So probably do come to these lows, man. I don't have a wick though, unfortunately, on the 10 amp candle. Here we go. This is nice. God damn, boy. What the hell is this news, bro? PMI or some shit? Yeah. Close. I'll get double. Yeah, this is a clean profile. Like it needed to reverse at 10. And whenever you see this deep run like this, it absolutely has to at the drivers. Otherwise, it's going to take this high off. Okay, look out here though. Because it's like the same thing with YM. Like we have this divergence here. No wick at the top. This is sussing me out. Like the no wick is kind of weird, but we want to see this also follow through if we're going to continue bearish. This could be like that delayed protraction almost. We go up first. We manipulate the daily range, create the wick of the candle with an SMT like that. But you almost have to wait for the whole next hour close because you don't want to fade this hourly candle. Anyways, let's go to CL. I wanted shorts. Okay, this looks like it's invalidated, huh? Let's look at the previous day's close. I'll show you here if it loads. If it loads, okay. You have this daily closure. If I go to the daily chart, you just have a bunch of candles, bullish candles in a row. When we get this, reversal candle, then I would like to trade back to the range. But this profile doesn't support that, right? We go open low first, look at the previous low, and then expand back in the range. Not ideal. So this becomes rather uninteresting. Let's get a really nice bullish profile, but I don't really want to trade that shit. Is there like SMT? Okay, I mean, see this little SMT? It would have to hold here. It's like the same thing. Like, it cannot go any higher if we do want to go short. This profile does not, just does not support it. So, honestly, 10 a.m. would have to freaking melt here, dude. We can take this. But I could buy something more clean here. Okay, NG, I wanted shorts. Okay. That looks not bad. See about the pre-states high. So we open high first and get this change state later here. But the 4-hour candle. So previous 4-hour candle hit this key level. Yeah, I would look for shorts here, honestly. Beat this low probably. This little here. This looks pretty fire, man. Looks like a bulky opposing candle. All I have is like 3-minute stuff here. There, 30-minute fractal. Okay. We have a fractal model here, actually. A 30-minute fractal model. So I'm gonna be executing my phone here when I do take a trade. I want you guys to, if you want to copy me. Profile, I wanted longs again, but profile kind of sucks. Like, ideally sweep this low out. And it already expanded. I don't like that. Also wanted longs here. Again, I wanted this to sweep this low to create the low of the day. Go ahead. Just let the fair swings. We got to our draw that we wanted. I had this marked yesterday before the week here. I was hoping that we'd sweep Monday's low though. But this is clean, bro. These are all these lows here. Previous week, CT closure. And it's just the way like we expand and it's met with expansion back in the range. That's nice. So you want to see. GJ, I wanted bullishness. Same thing. I think I have it marked out here. I'll just leave this shit. But we got that monthly. If I pull up another candle here, it's pretty much in GJ. See it. A nice monthly closure on GJ. right? This previous month closed over this down close candle. So we're already bullish on the daily. You want to see price being in support of the upper half of the previous candle. And then I just see a bunch of, equal highs here. And yeah, we just have these more bulky series of opposing candles for the low to forming. It's expanding away from that. But let me keep my eyes on some of this stuff here. I'm not that attentive because, we just expanded. We need to form like some high trade away from. The only thing that would form is like some lower time frame like stuff, yeah, but not really interested in that stuff. Oh wow. This is I don't think I would short. I would not short this. Yeah, me personally just wouldn't. Wick is fucking massive. This SMT got created like this SMT here. Technically, there is no SMT on like honestly. There technically is, but this SMT here got created yesterday. It's like not actually that. Honestly, NG is like just as of more recent PA. It's like one of the cleaner ones. I want to see this, really just this level hold, like this inversion here, this swing high, it's positioned into it, hold to go lower. We'll just chill here over like chat and stuff. For indices at 10 a.m., do we see manipulation for the draw liquidity? Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I talked about before it even happened, like I'm not going to trade long because there's no established low to trade away from. So I want to see us go lower first. And then I want to see how price reacts. Like, do we create SMT at the low today? Clearly didn't. So I would assume the pre-stays low probably at this point. These charts pull up my fall right now. Everyone should have think about it. Anyone short indices? Gold? I don't think gold is that interesting, Dala. Like, yeah, it has a profile, but it doesn't have like the daily candle, honestly, dude. Yep, NG, pretty interesting. Like all indices look pretty clean. Like I think the most clean was probably like RTY or YM because the previous day actually had that SMT. Where we at right now? Yeah, like you could flip on CL. You could possibly flip your bias long if you wanted to. I don't think I would short it, bro. The profile doesn't really support it. The previous closer did, but you got to see that SMT hold. Like there is an SMT, but let me see again. Yeah, like this doesn't look bearish to me. It just looks like a consolidation, you know, honestly. So like this fair value gap, you'd want to see like 10 a.m. form just between like this opposing candle, this fair value gap pretty much. Go higher. It'll be I guess quite the CL. There's S&P here, but again, it got created fucking yesterday. I don't really care about S&P like that necessarily. Yeah, this is a nice hourly closer too, actually. I didn't see that. Yeah, I feel like a London trader. Like, you see this shit? Take out this low. Is there any like SMT there? Yeah, let me create this little SMT. Let me this is actually the change state delivery. It's right here. Because on the other asset, we take out that low, and this is the change state delivery on the other asset. So you choose this one. Choose this opposing candle. So that right there is an entry for long. 1 and 2. Because when you look at the high of the day, it's just like Asia session, or you have this high too. There's no like manipulation to trade away from. But let's go back to NG. What's it doing? Nothing. Here's the reason why I kind of wanted shorts this week. So first off, it's very weird how NG gaps. I don't like it, but if I score like the monthly previous candle, it did hit this high, failed to close. And then if I go to the weekly chart, the previous week close is very convincing. And we have this internal range liquidity here. We kind of like close to this gap. We gapped up again. It's kind of weird, but like see these lows. It kind of looks like a consolidation target, that I want to target. And then the week goes open high first, which is, what you want to see if you're bearish. We sweep up Monday's high. It just looks good to me. Like everything looks fine. To go lower. Ideally, when you get short though, you have objectives to target. This is all taken out to the left. You have this one is very far away, but this is the most recent one. But this is like continuation objectives. Yeah, I would want to see like this inverse hold. Don't really want to see it go higher. If it's going to go bearish, there's no reason to go higher. It's going to be a clean move. But indices, what's it doing? Yeah, there wasn't much to take besides this close right before 9:30, like stuff like that. But that's really it, bro. My like strategy, this is typically what I look for, but ideally I have S&T right here. But we look for the high. We look for the high of the day to be manipulation paired with that small opposing run, right? And then we want to trade to session lows. So we had session lows here, so I don't really trust to trade away from them higher. But we don't have the S&T, and you want to pair with the driver, which we do have. We have 9:30 manipulation, which is good. And then 10 a.m. distribution. So if you manipulate prior to a news event, then the confirmation to that when 10 o'clock expands away, and now we're just trading towards Monday's low. Because if we're not going to take out the previous high, probably going to go the previous low. We honestly barely ever inside bar. I'll show you like the daily chart. think I did this yesterday, but you know, no inside bar, 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 no inside bar, no inside bar, no inside bar, like none of these are inside bars. None of these are. This one is. None of these. That one is. None of these. None of these. None of these. None of these. You know what I'm saying? Like it rarely ever does. Like almost all of this, no inside bar, no inside bar, and we finally have one right here. But inside bar is like consolidation, and this does not look like consolidation. Like sometimes you can just tell the way a candle forms if it's going to be consolidation. This here doesn't strike as consolidation, right? Because we're manipulating, expanding, so more than likely going to expand to one of the sides. So probably that low. What is this doing? Dude, like I said, I kind of went long, so I'm not gonna lie, but so like we just took out 8 session lows. What's a 5-minute look like? Is it just that's ass. There's no CSD. I can't really refer to a CSD. So what I have to do here almost, bro, is like refer to a failure swing that prints and then use that CSD to support price higher. If this is going to be the reversal low. Like I said, I want long, so I'm not going to short this here personally. So I want to put a alert at like so about 10 minutes, a new 30-minute candle opens. So if it closes fat wick, we can maybe see the next 30-minute candle come a bit higher. I don't know where to put my alert, honestly, because I don't want to miss it. If it does go higher, I'm just gonna put it like right here, bro. Something like that. What about NG? What's it doing? Damn NG. What the hell, bro? What about D or not? Okay. On one of these highs originally, it's the same thing, bro. We open up. You open up right here, and there's no invalidation level to like trade away from. You're just opening up in like a little range here, and when there's no opposing candle within this range, then I want the range low to be taken. Ideally, yeah, we don't do it. Actually, from SMT up here, so I don't view this as established low today. It's consolidation. So this is like I think my strategy is like a good filter, because you just require high probable trading, honestly, when you trade away from manipulation. This could look like a delayed protraction, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, honestly, dude. I would want to see a reversal off these highs here. So I'm looking for. Because you have like 10 o'clock manipulation. I would definitely want to see. This is a little bit late in the day for Forex, to be fair. But yeah, like I'm not gonna long this necessarily. So I would only look for shorts. If you look at the daily, I think it makes sense for shorts. You have all these lows here. You're inversing this. It could make some sense. Let's go to like the weekly. Yeah, you have a weekly model as well. Previous week hit this high, getting a new phase. Right, we want to see it come to these lows. If it's gonna make this deep retracement back into this previous candle's range here, then it doesn't really support longs, yeah. So ideally, that's what I would be leaning towards. Sure. But let me go 5 minute here. You almost don't want to see it come and sweep this high again. Like if it just expands, it'd be great. I'm not gonna trade. I don't trade Forex or nothing, but I'm just curious to see what happens. Uh, there's also SMT there, yeah, like right here. So that's interesting. We'll see if that plays out just because. Very slow. We're gonna put this in. Sorry, actually. Um, okay, so we're getting a little pullback here. Take out this low. Okay, so both assets took out the low. That's good. Well, technically it didn't actually. It didn't take out this low. Did it? It got damn close. I'm still wanting continuation. I like how like no pair has a wick here. Like what the hell's up with that? So weird. I'm sure we're gonna get a trade on one of these pairs. Alright, what y'all saying? Kind of just chilling here. Did you have anticipated bearishness on the? Yeah, that's what I did. Like so originally, I'll show you. So it's all about the profile. Like originally, with the daily closures, I was like, okay, we could probably, attack previous high rate. But with the daily profile form, the way it formed, right, is there's no protected low to trade away from to get to here. So when we take out the high first, right, at an important time, so like 9:30, then we trade lower off 9:30. See 9:30 takes that out and expands lower. Then you need to see this hold here, right? Then we form a short-term SMT in there, right? And then the confirmation to that is when 10 a.m. expands away. If this is going to be a true manipulation. So there's 100% logic here. That's literally how I trade. It's exact profile I trade. If you go on like, YM and RTY, there's even more logic to short to these lows and stuff because of what the previous day did and created. So like you have this SMT, right? As well as the daily overall is just bearish with this opposing candle. And a really nice close the previous day on a Monday. So the week goes open high first and creates that. That's important, right? You have all these lows as well, whether we get there or not. But just taking this short here, I was talking about how it needs to form here, even on NQ and ES. If it's gonna short, to attack the lows, it will form at 9:30. It's not gonna form. It's not gonna keep going higher. There's no point to go higher. We're already high in the range here. Point. So like you'd almost want to see it. Like that's your invalidation if it doesn't do that. But it did. Then we formed this SMT here. I was saying how this absolutely needs to hold here in order to continue lower. Look on RTY. There's that SMT there. If there was no news, then you probably could have caught something because it wouldn't be this fast. Probably could have caught something all the way down, but just freaking melted, bro. Yeah, this is like pretty textbook. The only thing I don't have, for it to be like 100% textbook for me, I don't have hourly SMT at the high of the day, but that's not totally necessary. We have lower time for S&P there. Let me check something as well. So 11 o'clock high here. Okay, cool. The high today is formed in this opposing candle as well. So this is an opposing candle because there's S&T here. So on the correlated asset, we took out this high, which would validate this as an order block. Right, so see how it gets formed there. It's a good validation area. But yeah, pretty clean, but honestly. But right now, looking for possible gold longs because I don't really want to uh fade this daily candle. To be honest, like look how far the open is. If I was gonna short this, like look how large the wick would be. You know, it's very large. Like we saw this like equal highs up here. It's S&T, but like I'm saying, this S&T got created like yesterday. As you see, this is Friday's high. It got created yesterday, so like it's not actually really holding. You know, if this S&P here was going to hold, then we should have saw a continuation lower. We're actually showing strength, you know, through it. So like S&Ps like this, I don't actually like. They're not important to me, to be honest. It could go lower, but I'm not going to trade it. It's like here. So let's talk about this. How coming today, I wanted shorts, but you could possibly trade the invalidation of this. Like the daily profile goes open low first, sweeps out the low, and then expands back in the range, which is not what you want to see. And then we have like some S&T where we had some here, which is not holding, it looks like. We have the 10 a.m. open here. It's opening near these opposing candles, so it's almost like you want to see it form below inside of here. Usually always whenever you're trading like a expansion candle on any continuation, you know, of any type of candle, you're always going to open up usually near. You're always going to look for some key level that's opening near that candle for the low high to form, and you can already anticipate it because we want that small opposing run to trade an expansion candle. If I go on the 4-hour chart, you want this small opposing run, right? So it's like you look within this candle's range. The only freaking thing is, you know, this here. The only logical place for the low to form if it's going to be an expansion candle. But what we got going on? AG. Bro, it is just consolidating. What the fuck? Okay, so gold, like basically, if we're gonna go bullish, like I need to see this fair value get pulled really, like honestly, because I want the phase of price to be expansion and then expansion back, you know, higher, because that's kind of like how the reversal signatures form. So like basically, this needs to hold if that's gonna stay true. I really want to wait for the next hourly open because of this 1-hour candle. It's an expansion candle, so this could be viewed as manipulation possibly, and then next one be distribution. That's how I would view it. But I'm not going to fade this candle. So we need to see how this forms. What the fuck is happening? I don't know how I got on the chart, but look at 30-minute. Previous 30-minute candle. It formed this S&T. So it's almost like this 30-minute candle. I want to see it. I would want to see it trade higher if it's going to be bullish. But I need way more confirmation. I'm not going to just long this here. Like I said, I want to wait for a failure swing to print. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. But we have to close over this to validate it. So really, I'm going to put my alert here. But I really want NG shorts, bro. But it's just bullshitting. Do you take NQ short from the inverse fair value gap after 5-minute SMT? Oh, wait. 5-minute SMT. This 5-minute SMT. Is that what you said? Where? Am I blind? Did I see that or something? 9:30. There is no 5-minute SMT. What you mean? I assumed you're referring to this inverse fair value gap.
Cinnamon raisin.
I don't know what you're talking about. But this is something you could have taken if you want to be you want to take it before news. It's going to be this. It's a 5-minute. So 5-minute is aligned, right? And then you're basically just trading, this 1-minute confirmation of that 5-minute zone. You have this SMT inside of it. You close below it. You could possibly trade that, but I want to see how large stops would be. Like, because the only fill you're going to get here is like right here. So maybe you take it like right here. But that might be like, that's a lot of points. And I trade minis, so it's going to be a lot of fucking money risk. Yeah, Angie's bullshitting, bro. For real. For real. GBP CAD, okay. That's what I'm talking about. Forex, okay. Do I have that on my chart? No, I don't. Your CAD. Again. Keep the monthly here. It looks like if this is a monthly high here, that's fire. Okay, nice. Let me see if I can compare it here. Oh hell yeah, dude. We have a monthly model here where the previous month hits this high. Previous month hits this high, forms an SMT rate. So we'd want to frame this next one short. I mean, at least to this low, like the previous month's low. If I go to like the weekly, we have this closing candle. Also, you have just like daily order flow bearish. Table highs, it's kind of sus. But yeah, I have this fair value gap here. So I was looking for this day. See if there's SMT the highs. No. So probably lean to short this though. Euro. Probably. Right, because we have a CSD already. Like you already had this CSD coming to the day. So ideally you want to see it respect the upper half of this. It doesn't, but do form, let's see if you form SMT here or something. I can't even tell. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Okay, no SMT. Maybe right here though. 5. Yeah, like you have some internal SMT and stuff. Like this is gonna be SMT, but it's not that like significant, I think. Yep. Okay, you have SMT here though, which is inside of that hourly gap. Also, these opposing candles. So really, I would look for this low, assuming that London is a high day, obviously. And yeah, you could trade towards like Monday's low, which kind of has like equal lows, you know. There's a divergence, bro. Yeah, the previous one's close are interesting though, I would say. But the weekly chart here. Yeah, like they both close. It's not bad. We also have. I was actually wondering if this is gonna set possible low of the week here. This manipulation, but you know when you see this candle needs to like you definitely want to see a shallow run because if it's going to be manipulation, it's going to expand away from that manipulation. Like if I show you some manipulation, you see this right here. This doesn't really strike me as a manipulation. Maybe it creates another SMT though, or something. But if I show you real manipulation, kind of like right here, we see this manipulation. See how the next candles you expand away. That's what we want to see. Let me take out this low. We do expand back on the range, but what does the next day do? It totally invalidates this as a manipulation, right? Because now we're basically getting the failure to displace higher. We're just respecting this range here, so you'd assume continuation the next day. So like closes of candles and stuff are really important. But in G, we just got alert. Probably took the high, maybe. Didn't even go anywhere. Okay. So it took like what? Oh, I said it the inverse. I mean, it's still fine. It just can't close over it. So like we'd want to see this sweep it or something. So I will move my thing right here. Maybe like right here. What's the other assets doing? So we reached our draw, right? We wanted previous day's low, which is just Monday's low. Depending on this closure, dude, I would actually expect continuation through this range because we really need to see coming to the week here. You actually really need to see what the next candles do. Like Monday's close. It honestly looks like pretty strong case for just expanding throughout this high, right? But here is kind of concerning unless we close back into the range here. If we close back in the range like up here, then I could actually probably lean higher still. If we close really strongly, then that idea of going bullish probably not, right? It more so looks like we're just forming a swing point from this already bearish range. So we'll see the close. Close is important. So is profiles. Like they just tell us. Like I'm there. I was actually bullish this high, but profile can't do that. You can't trade with that. So unfortunately, we didn't get a move. We didn't get a trade here. But, I mean, you can't really get one unless you trade down here. But I like to trade around the manipulation. But continues rocketed. Let's check gold. What is it doing? Did it invalidate us? Yes, it did. It just disrespected all my or not mine, but all the fair value gaps here. But I'm not shorting that personally. See 1 hour close is, which is in 15 minutes here. Yeah, I'm sure. Dude, honestly, like the only thing I'm interested in, bro, is probably NG here. All the other assets, all the indices here already made its move. You know, but this is some really good PA to like journal. This is exactly what we look for. Manipulation to trade away from always. And the following day should be continuation of that. So weekly candle, open high, probably a fair value gap here now. Yeah. So just think about weekly phase of price. It's really anything, but here we trade this high, and then we get 3 consecutive candles in a row. Just a large ranging journal of expansion, and then you get a new phase, which is consolidation. 2 candles, small, ranged, right? Indecision, and we sweep out the high. So what is that? Manipulation. Generally, you're not going to reverse from a consolidation. So when we take out the high, the opposing side, it's always ideal to trade a consolidation is when you actually manipulate the range high, because we know that price is not going to reverse from failure zones, all these failure zones likely. And then we pair that with an S&T, so even better to expect the next days to expand. And then when you just think of the weekly profile, like I said, like open high first, that's great. Look at the monthly candle, form a swing point here. Like, what are we opening near? Are we opening near the previous month's low or the previous month's high? Obviously, the previous month's low with these lows. So it's like I'm always gonna lean towards these lows, but it's just the easy thing to do. Think about the monthly candle too. We're also opening high first. So like honestly, everything aligns really. So like the following days this week should be clean. This narrative should be already set to trade lower, I feel like. The thing that had me concerned was actually the strength that the indices, the main ones, the NQ and ES, were actually showing. So I was not sure if the other assets would continue lower. I know they're not as correlated, but still. But now that NQ and ES are showing that weakness, now it adds like a narrative for me to like short YM and R2Y. Just with the profile too today was like fire. What's NG doing, bro? No bueno. No bueno. Probably gonna close over this. Not ideal. Just consolidating between this high and this low. We did already take the previous low. That's kind of sus. But man, there's really nothing that I could like trade today, honestly. There's only indices, but it's fucking melted. Obviously not gonna long gold way up here. I'm also not gonna short it. Indices, fucking rocketed, bro. Look at this bullshit. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I mean, this is really it, dog. What other pairs y'all looking at? Give me a pair. No, but I wanted shorts. Do you only trade New York, bro? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I only trade New York. Oh yeah, let's see what EU is doing. Okay, it's just expanding through here. We have to wait for the close, but I'll go here. Is it SM2 here? Oh, Monday the 30th, which is this. Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, I was so much shorts, honestly. That's in my opinion. These lows look fire. I would want this to be a manipulation here. Probably like odd and shit. Odd. Oh, this is kind of clean, bro. Good daily though. Oh yeah, this is kind of clean. This is not bad, dude. It's the same approach, right? Pre-state hit something. This is probably a weekly fair value gap, I feel like. Yeah, it's just like here though. But more like the highs no more. But then we form this SMT. So basically this is my model right here. Where like to the top down, right? So we have the pre-state hitting key level and the high of the day is forming with SMT, which is manipulation. And then there's no established low of the day. So the same thing you see on like on NQES or like YM is basically this, but the difference here is there's actually no SMT on the hourly time frame they like to see on those indices pairs. So if you're going to trade this with the 4-hour strategy, I think 1 a.m. created the SMT. Yeah, so you see how 1 a.m. created the SMT. So it's almost like the daily chart where the previous candle hit this high. So I'm looking the next day to go short here, right? But again, look at the close. We never validated this here. Just sweep it, but we do create SMT here, right? We had no SMT prior to this. Prior to coming into the day, we had no SMT. So now we create the SMT. We're opening high, quite the opposing run, but it's still fine. You can still trade back into this range around the daily lows and stuff, or just maybe an internal range liquidity, like maybe this fair value gap, maybe you want to scalp it, whatever. Right, previous candle hits this high, creates the SMT. So I want to trade this next candle, the next 4-hour candle, open high, low, close, and off the previous, the previous close. Like, is it a reversal candle? No. So this candle, ideally, since it opens up near the high, creates a reversal candle. So it's going to open high, sweep of this candle. And then we form SMT here again. If you look, see that? So on a 15-minute time frame, that's your desired time frame alignment. There you go, right? So we want that small closing run on all candles. So we want to trade expansion candles. So we have this expansion on the 4-hour, not on the daily, which is not ideal, but like I said, you could just short this to maybe London lows. That's a trade. But here is your trade. Here it goes open high, creates S&P. There's your confirmation. And you're assuming that this is the high of the candle here because of what happened, with the higher temper S&P and stuff like that. So you could trade that. You could also trade the continuation here. It's all up to you. And then you just have bearish order flow. So all these equal lows. So this is my model, like 2x right there. The only thing is, like I said, the opposing run is not great, right? But this is fine. Yeah. But I don't. So if like DXY is gonna go bearish, if it is, then this is probably still gonna hold. Like if I look, I don't know. Honestly, I don't really trade um Forex that much, so I don't know how correlated this stuff is to DXY. You since you have this freaking CSD here. You also do have a monthly model as well. Please gonna set this low. That's why we're coming back to that range right now. So see how we use the same like model on all time frames really. So like ideally the previous candle hit something with like forms an SMT or something, which we see here. So you can do it on a monthly time frame. If I take you to like this candle, you want to see this candle trade back into a range, assuming that's manipulation. I don't even care about the close. And you see we have manipulation. A bit weird on this time frame. Big gap up. I just use this one. So you get that CSD there. Now you have time for alignment. Now you can start looking for daily objectives. Like might be fair value gap within this leg. It's really not. The weekly low there. It's really not. You get a weekly closure. It's like the same thing, man. But like weekly and monthly closes. This is how you anticipate like daily long-term expansion and stuff. As well as you can use it with the 3-month chart, like literally for like quarterly shifts. So what you saw here is actually just the quarter open, the new quarter open. So this previous month manipulated. This is the new quarter open right here. That's why you see. Let's just melt. You can do the same shit for previous quarters and stuff. Oh, NG, what we do? I think I only set an alert for the low. So nice. So we did sweep this. We did hold the inversion. Dito. It's a new hourly open pretty soon. So peep this here. Oh, 15. Oh, sweet. Okay, so if we close below here, I would now want the next, essentially all this stuff. If we close below this, I would want the next hourly candle high to be created and respect this, because we want to trade an hourly distribution candle. So I'm gonna get my phone out here. All right. So we'll watch this here. What's gold doing? Yeah, it's just fucking bullshitting. No SMT. See what this next hour does, but I think indices are like done for the day. Not looking for continuation. Not looking to trade back in the range. Let's see all the bullshitting. It's like, oh, thank you, buddy. Yeah, also we get this, man. All right, let me look at. Let's rechat. So I'll do it. What was the daily profile you anticipated for NQ? Well, it's not about anticipating, but I come to the chart, I see what it did, and I'll just show you real quick. So I said this like prior to it really delivering, but really with the pre-sales close away from manipulation, like we're basically getting expansion counts away from manipulation. So generally I want to continue that expansion, right? But when I see the daily profile, it doesn't support that because for me at least, I'm not going to trade. This is what I like said basically. Um, I said I want bullishness, right? But if we're going to be bullish, then we need to um, have an established low to trade away from. So I said here, this is creating the new wick, right, of the daily candle, essentially, and 930 manipulated. So a driver manipulates higher, which is more significant. So I said I'd rather see it come to these lows to then see how we're going to react. If we're going to go bullish from these lows, then an SMT would need to basically be printed. But when you see ES also take out these lows, then our next draw goes to Monday's low, which already got taken. That was what I said. On ESYM, I was talking about how we need to hold this SMT here. Again, it's around the driver. It's also the same profile where we don't have an established low today. I'm always generally going to trade back to session lows, usually, especially given the context here. The previous day had this external range liquidity printed in SMT. So you already want to see continuation. This is your invalidation. This opposing candle. This is an opposing candle because the other asset ran out this high. So when I look at the 0.5 of this candle's wick here, ideally you don't want to see it run this deep, but it's fine because, you know, we're creating the reversal. Like I said, at that time, driver, you know, and in this SMT here, there's no SMT in the hourly time frame, I don't think. So this SMT needs to hold for us to go lower, and it ended up doing it. But there's really not much to catch because unless you're going to enter prior to news, like you'd have to just either be in somehow already. Maybe this. I mean, this is basically right on 10 o'clock. I don't even think we close over it. But yeah, you have to anticipate that. Which in theory, right? If we did, if this is going to be 930 manipulation, then like I said, 10 o'clock for any driver will expand away from manipulation. I can show you many examples of that happening. That's one of the most consistent things you're going to see is when if 930 manipulate or if 830 manipulates right, then 930 will expand. If if we manipulate prior to a driver, then it should expand. The driver should just expand. There's so many examples of that happening. But let's look at NG here. Oh, what the fuck? Didn't close. Oh yeah, we never closed. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, dude. Yeah, we're literally just consolidating between one fucking candle. Like, if I draw this candle, bro, we have two candles just inside barring. Dude, there's nothing else to trade. Like, literally, I don't think. I really don't see much else that's interesting. Like, we already made the move for gold. I'm not trying to fade that back to the low. So, like, the only thing I could say is long, but it already created its move. If I go to CL, it already created its move, right? Pretty much. If I go to NG, it already created its move. It already reversed, expanded into the previous low. NQ and ES were like the only thing, but there's no opportunity there for me. Like, I kind of wish we didn't have news, so it's a bit slower for me to get into. So like actually create some entry, but yeah, there's like nothing here for me to, which is fine. Fine. YM. I don't think I would want this either, but yeah, let's get a 15-minute trader. I think an SMT is about to print right here. Maybe not. I'm gonna watch indices. Hold on. Might just take a scalp to hit trade day. And so some deep breath. Look at Nvidia. What the fuck? Absolutely not. What session indicator are you using? Is this one by like TFO? I think. Where is it? Oh yeah, ICT kill zones and pivots by TFO. Yeah, I know. Yep, NQ monthly as well. It has a nice candlestick closure. So today, Maddie, my bias for NQDS, you couldn't say bearish yet, right? Because of the close, as well as there's no like candle two closure. Like you just can't say it. Like you'd be bullshitting, you know. But if I go with like the weekly, there's like it's a weird kind of interesting here because the previous week ran out this low, had a nice closure, so you can already anticipate this being taken here. There's S&P this low. So really you need to see what early week did because we're just opening up between a range. So early week, you want to see what we're doing, right? So in this case, we have Monday expanding away from manipulation. If this is going to continue, right? Like when I come into the week, I was talking to AB about this. Like if there's going to be a true manipulation, then early week will make this run to its high with expansion candles. If it's not, then we're going to create ideally some protected swing to trade away from this range that's already bearish. You know, look at the monthly candle; it does support that as well, but it's a little two-sided after Monday's close because, well, not two-sided, but you can't say bearish honestly, because there's no CSD yet, right? There's no SMT, there's none of that. So intraday though, I could say that like this does not look really bullish, right? Because really you do kind of have a consolidation range, right? That I'm never going to trade away from these lows. Just like Friday, like I didn't touch Friday because it just had these lows. It made sense to go higher, like on a higher time frame standpoint, or like this Tuesday created SMT with this low. But like I'm not gonna trade their swings ever, like never, ever, ever. So I will trade to them, you know, a lot of times. So when 930 manipulates this high, you know, let me create this like short-term SMT. That could be a trade, but to these lows, and you want to see how we react to these lows, which is very important. I was saying if we created SMT with these lows like this, then we could possibly see that higher prices. Maybe it would have to be a shallow run as well. But when you see ES also take out this low, then my draw went to Monday's low, right? Because that wouldn't be a convincing manipulation. So it's kind of an interesting day, but we have to see the close for today. The close today is like really important because if we do some shit like this, because all we had to do to work with is Monday's high and low. And the candle went open high first, right? And it didn't create a protected swing at the low of the week. It was just Asia lows, you know? Which is not great, obviously. So the close is important today because if we like close like high back to the range, then I can maybe assume that the low of the week is put in, right? To possibly trade higher. But if we have a really strong close, then now we're just forming a strong swing point away from a already bearish range, like key level and stuff like that. So the close today is important, honestly. But like YM and RTY, like bearishness was like pretty anticipatable. It's the same situation, basically. 9:30 create the reversal. No established low of the day. Just feather swings. Trade to that. We'll see if like this provides a scalp. What is NG doing? Still just bullshitting. This candle did go open high first. Like there's no wick at the hourly low, but it is just ugly, man. We're still holding this, huh? It's not ideal price action. It's gonna be like an intracandle chin stay right here, but it's not. It's not the fractal. EU, yeah, like it's like the same situation. It's actually like the exact almost situation with EU, to be honest, because you have just this low that we took out. So the monthly candle goes open low, sweeps out these previous months low. We're getting a strong aggressive move higher, right? Well, it's not the exact same, but it's like I can't be bearish this day, to be honest. Like I just wouldn't probably, unless you want to trade back into a range that's actually somewhat valid. But ideally, I want to see this external range be taken. There is SMT here to maybe get that idea, and the profile does support it because it's just Asia lows, right? You're just in a consolidation range. We do have that SMT here with like forgot with GU or some shit. GU, yeah, GU. So that could be traded, but yeah, like I'm probably looking bullish here just because of this aggressive move, right? And if I go to like the monthly chart here, I just have like a very large, like 3 consecutive expansion days. Not days, but candles in a row. And then I think there might be SMT here. I don't remember. Oh yeah, there's SMT here with this low on GU. So like maybe, but you do still need like more confirmation to anticipate that large of a move. You need like, first of all, the only thing we have here is like an inversion fair value gap here. Only thing we have. So like you want to see the support price there. We don't have a CSD yet. It was like the 4-hour chart though. You have this here. Then we have SMT right here, but I don't know if that's gonna hold, to be honest. We'll see. Technically still in a bearish range, but this is quite the pullback to this range here, which is not what you want to see. You don't want to see it like expand into a range after taking out the external. You never want to see that, and you don't want to see deep retracements. So like, I don't think the daily framework supports bearishness, to be honest, but intraday, it sure kind of does. These days were fucking like absolute fire though. I can go these days if I want. Look at the previous week's close. It also hit this low. So it's like the same model that we always use. Like this week, we candle hit the low, trade the expansions away. If I go to the daily chart, it's like the same approach. This candle hit this high, trade the next candle lower. Especially with order flow, but I think there's an SMT here someday. But if I go to like this is why this is like super clean here. Monday opens up high first, and then we get this nice closure. So you expect early week to expand. Then you see the following days expand. There. This is also clean PA, bro. This is super clean right here. So expansion, consolidation, you manipulate this high. on a Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday consolidation, Wednesday reversal, and then the rest of the week expand. It's like textbook consolidation reversal profile. But let's see what NG is doing, bro. See if I can get a trade. That's a little bullshitty. Yeah, I don't know about this, bro. What else we got, bro? Yeah, we're looking at gold. It's also consolidating. So I like entering around daily manipulation. So when the daily candles are printed, it's like not as interesting at all. Okay. We got is that SMT? We have a little SMT here. Okay. And here. So you see this 15-minute close. I want to see this go. Ideally, you want to see it. This next one go lower as well. Which you technically have a fractal model right here, by the way. If I go on like YM, you pull up the correlate asset here. That's already on. Or sorry, RTY. I mean. We have that CSD, so where's the CSD at? So you have this SMT here. We already have this here. You'd want to see. So like again, it's like where do we open up near? It's this opposing candle. So if you want to see a 15-minute expansion candle, then I mean this is the only area for it to form, you know. So that's what you would want to see. This small SMT at the lows. We'll see this close, but fucking neck hurts, bro. Close over this. No bueno. Like a 15-minute fair value. It's 5-minute. Yeah, this PA is like it's just not really good. See. You see how after we take out our objective for the data, like these objectives, we start to like bullshit. You know, we get a new phase of like, you know, retracing back in the range, or we just consolidate for the day. Like this is why you don't want to. You really want to trade stuff like this. You want to trade the manipulation of the day, right? To these objectives. So that's what you want to trade, but yeah. I want to pull up NG as well, though. Already have alert. Look at the daily candle, bro. Looking for 4-hour NQ. Does it look like a consolidation? Yeah, like honestly, it kind of is in a consolidation. This is looking pretty decent, by the way. I'll just pull up it NQ over here real quick. Yeah, like you pretty much just have this. These are the extreme points of the consolidation range. This is more like a bit internal stuff right here, internal manipulation, right? But when I look at the space between this high I think prior we like I forgot what we manipulated. I think we had like SMT right here, but I was saying how this is absolutely irrelevant. This little SMT here, because there's a bunch of feather swings below it. And the daily opens right here, mind you. So when we create this manipulation here, we're actually creating the wick of the candle. So this is always what you ideally want to trade, right? Is around the opening price, and you pair a manipulation with the driver. So we have 930 manipulation, right? That's always great to see. There is no SMT here, which is ideal, but it was pretty clean. Did we create a new wick of the 4-hour? No, hell no. It's way up there. All right, now we want to see order flow hold. We got an alert on gold. Might hit my longs here. So I said, right, we want to wait for a feather swing to print. Ideally, it doesn't make this deep of a run. Something like this would be more ideal. That's these fair value gaps hold, but we just got it right here. Right. I was saying how you want to wait for the new opening price of this candle because look, we don't want to be involved in it inside of an expansion candle. You don't want to trade that. So you wait for the new open to become an expansion candle to then trade it higher, ideally. And I was just saying overall, like this isn't the cleanest stuff ever, but I was just saying overall, like I don't want to trade this bearishly because of look how far the open is. Again, this couldn't be a bearish expansion candle. It's a bullish expansion candle. It can only close two ways: a reversal candle or an expansion candle bullishly. So when we print like this SMT here, let's show you here. This SMT here, like I'm gonna lead more bullishly, because the daily candle supports it for one. Then we have like these equal highs here, which is SMT, but like I said, this SMT got created right here, and it broke technically. So it's like I don't really view it as an SMT that's like relevant. Holy shit! Another alert on NG. Are we gonna get faked out again, bro? It's gonna be the real move, boys. What's going on? What's going on? What are we looking at? We're looking at RTY or something, right? This fair value I've got to hold. I'm not taking this. I'm just like taking. Dude, imagine like scalping Apex, bro. Imagine just like taking this on Apex 1R, dude. This is how I want to trade Apex, like 20 copy trade accounts. Because you basically have to scalp. I'm gonna do shit like this, bro. Oh god, yeah. It's gonna be funny. Let's see if we create an SMT that we're getting. US 30. What the fuck is that? You say no service level today. What do you mean exactly? You could, yeah, I can show a lot of examples. I can just think of some on YM as of recently, but generally what it means is my definition of a established low. I use the hourly time frame as my filter, right? And I use manipulation as well as my filter. So I want to see this. If I want to form a bullish candle, then when I come into New York session, I want to see really two things. It's it's either this where we open up maybe Asia consolidation and then we manipulate on the hourly time frame, right? And then have SMT. So it's just manipulation and SMT. And come New York, I can actually trade away from that. But say we don't do any of those. Say we do some shit like, I don't know, we just consolidate. Let's say I'm bullish. Let's say I'm bullish. We open up, we kind of just drift away from the opening price. We open up something like this, right? I see over here that we have, at the high of the day, we have no established high. So I want to trade to that. So to trade to that, I need the same thing. I need to see the low of the day create a manipulation on the hourly time frame paired. And I love this specifically for New York session because you can always pair with a driver. Now this technique isn't my ideal situation where, because we don't have an hourly manipulation, but we have a New York reversal profile. Usually in New York reversal profiles where we just retrace, a lot of times you don't have that hourly manipulation, but I was saying like how I want to short trade because of this profile, right? You see no established low, there's no manipulation, it's just Asia lows. A lot of times it's gonna be session lows. So say like, fuck, can't call apparently. Okay, whoops. Let's say 9:30 opens up here. We have an hourly low. When we manipulate low, I want to pair that with the SMT. So now it's paired with an SMT and a driver, and I can expand away from that to the unestablished high of the day. So I'm gonna show you some examples of that shit. I can think of like, I remember like 2 examples back to back day here. I traded these days. I traded this one right here. So check this out. Let's just go through like a little top down. All right, so you have very large series of expansion candles on the weekly time frame. All right, we take out this low, and then we get consolidation, right? Expansion, and inside bar is consolidation, and then we get manipulation of this low. So now we open up the week, and just internally to this candle, right? And we're already opening up near this high already, right? But when I see Monday's close, first off, it opened low first. Look at this weak close, very weak close. So if you look internally to this wick, you see a reversal. So all this is on a lower time frame is expansion, retracement, and a change of state of delivery. So now I'm trying to frame bullishness, right? The next couple of candles to this Friday's high external on the daily rate. So look here. This is literally picture perfect profile that I look for. So when I open up the charts here around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever, do you see an established low today or a high today? No, right? We're already bullish. So we're going to trade to this. So in order to trade to this, we need to create a low to trade to, away from, to our draw. That's all trading is. If you think about it, if you think about AM's logic about how you use price, you have a draw, you have a low to trade away from to get to that draw. That's it. That's technically really it. So what this profile or this approach really does is when you think about the daily candle, you want to open low first, right? And you want to create its wick, but how do you even anticipate the wick forming? How do you anticipate the expansion forming? The only way really is going to be manipulation, like with the SMT. So when we take out this low, right, at 9:30, by the way, this is the only area for the low to form a lot of the times, because there's nothing relevant to the left, right? When there's a low here, and then you form an SMT at a relevant time, there's absolutely no reason for it to go lower, right? When you think about phase of price expansion, consolidation, manipulation at a relevant time with SMT, I'm getting in around the opening price or within the wick of the daily candle to catch the expansion of the daily candle. See that? So just with this mechanical approach, the checklist, you can just anticipate this stuff. So this is 9:30 right here. So the next day, we have a strong close, right? So now you're just seeing how the previous 2 sessions form. All right, so we have this range from low to high. What do we have at the highs? What do we see at the point of retracement? We see feather swings. So it'd be a lot different if we did this. It'd be a lot different, but we didn't. We just consolidated and then, expanded back in the range. So I have no established high of the day, right? It's just session highs. It's literally just 1800 high of the day. So when I want to trade back to that, again, it has to be an hourly swing point just to keep it mechanical. What we have is SMT right here. Right, so we have 8:30 news manipulation. So 8:30 news manipulation. I mentioned this earlier, but when we manipulate prior to a driver, the confirmation to that is when 9:30 or just the next driver expands away. So you see how we manipulate prior to 9:30. The confirmation to this manipulation is not only like a CSD, but also the next driver expanding away from that. You know what I'm saying? So you can actually enter 9:30 creates this opposing run, so you can enter on the 15-minute chart right here. So I actually took this trade as well. But I didn't enter here. I entered in like the 1 minute. And I trade 10 a.m. or I trade 4-hour candles. So if I show you this, it's the same little rule that I've been telling you guys, where we have this fair value gap. Yeah, this candle hit this key level. You want to frame the reversal off this low, but really what it is the reversal of the day forming within 6 a.m. The 6 a.m. time interval, you have the important drivers. So a lot of times in New York reverses, it's usually 6 a.m. creating the higher low today, and then you can expect 10 a.m. continuation, which is what I traded. So you see this open low high close. It's like the same thing with the daily chart. Any expansion candle in the market, you want to see that small opposing run. So when I go to the 5 minute here, there's really only one place for this to form, right? And it's this opposing candle. This is your invalidation point, right? So we open low into it, we sweep out this little low, we expand. This is why I traded, just to get to this high. You see how it's just a consolidation? Does that make sense? I can show you this like on any asset, really. If I go to like euro, decouple, or the I mean, technically this is it too, right? Because this is technically a model, but it just makes sense for the day. Maybe for an external to internal, back to the range. This being the external, maybe a 4-hour fair value gap. Like if I go to like 5 hours, like you're gonna see a fair value gap right here, maybe to there or something, right? But the way this candle formed, like open high first, that's what you want to see. SMT at the high of the day, creating that manipulation. And now you're just trading 4-hour candles, right? So this candle created the SMT. Now I'm trading, basically, I'm getting in within expansion candles, anticipating that this is going to be the expansion of the daily range. Does that make sense? So I'm almost like aligning expansion candles. And you can do this fractally. But if I show you this here, I'll just show you these back-to-back days here. Right, so just these days trading away from manipulation here. Right, what do we see? Okay, reversal already occurred. You have an hourly high, right? And you don't want to see price hang around this high. This is why I have this rule, this mechanical rule of price needs to reverse in 2 candles. So see how it hits this candle, the next candle puts in the reversal candle, and then we expand away. Anyways, we have the hourly manipulation. In this day, we don't have hourly SMT, which I like to see. Like here, we don't have that, but on lower time frame we do. Again, this day for continuation, you have a 4-hour model. Previous 4 hours, so we basically have expansion, consolidation. This is the manipulation right here, this gap. So previous 4-hour candle hit the key level, the next one trades away. So see how I'm using the same model fractally here. But if you look on the lower time frame, you do have manipulation at the high of the day, right here. So, right, this checks all the boxes, right? When I look at the established low today, when I look at the opposing side of this, we have no established low today. So this SMT manipulation is like added narrative, because we're not going to reverse on these lows. So when you manipulate, we're going to go to these lows at least, right? And then we're already close to this daily low. way to the left or a month ago. And when I look at the opposing side of this manipulation here, there's also no relevant low of the day. It's literally just on lower time frame, just a bunch of failure swings, you know? So when we actually get this CSD on the 15-minute time frame, propulsion block, and when you look here, at this point you're aligned with the 4-hour candle. Look at that. So on this opening price of this 4-hour candle, we actually validate the reversal. And then what do you have aligned with that? Small opposite run. So now you can catch the expansion of the 4-hour candle in anticipation of this move lower, creating the expansion of the daily candle. Does that make sense? And there's like lower time from SMT there. But yeah, that's kind of the profile. Like none of these days fit my narrative, and that's okay. Or they don't fit my whatever. What's it called? Framework that I look for. It's not everyday thing, you know. So I'm very like picky, but I think it's like very high probable. So if I show you, go to like, first off, let's check what these pairs are doing. Just want to see. Okay, we're just within this. I don't know if my chain's not loading or not. Okay, I have that marked down. What is RTY and YM? Okay. YM. Yeah, it's kind of ugly, but do you have another SMT here again? I think it's like right here. But NG. Okay. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Finally making a move on here. Yeah, today's kind of fresh. Well, it's not. I wouldn't say it's trash, but just no opportunities. On the 45-minute chart, that's interesting. Let me look. And the 45-minute chart. Never used the 45-minute chart in my life, but you can use really any chart. Like it's all fractal. It's not like best of ambiguous. Yeah, interesting. Really, it's clean on like anything, honestly. Any today were pretty fire, but there's only like one opportunity, and if you miss it, then you ain't getting it. CL was bullshitting. What else? Yeah, like I said, HG is like, or NG. Okay, let's go, dude. Let's go, baby. Anyone take this? Who took this? Because I took this on my phone though, but I took it earlier. My TP's right here. Yeah, we were going through it for sure, but we made it through. I found my stop loss right here at the body. But I didn't go into like that much risk. Just had a trading day on top set. Sometimes that's just how I trade. Like if there's nothing clean that I can swing, I usually do try to get a trading day locked in. Okay, so
Yes.
yeah, dude, holy fucking NG. That's what I'm saying, dog. I already went over NQ a couple times. Jay, but yeah. So if I take you to like this day, this does fit my narrative, right? Where um I kind of went over why I wanted to see bearishness on NG overall. But we have weekly open first, open high first, right? I'll go to the weekly candle here. We have a reversal candle. We have weekly internal right here. So this is generally what you want to see in open high first. You want to trade away from some protected high, which is manipulation. So manipulation creating the candle here, right? Candle high, which is what I look for. Now I can't use SMT with NG because I don't know the correlation. So when I see this, really, when I see my model when I see the previous 4-hour candle hit this fair value gap, right, then I expect the next candle to trade away from that, right? It's literally the same model on every single time frame, bro. But we'll see if this hits. Very like lackluster delivery, to be fair. But would be open. No, we just kind of consolidated here for a little bit, but okay, there we go. TB hit. So I took that on my phone now. I'm not gonna trade live. Y'all are all gonna not try to have people copy me and shit. This ain't no signal room league. But I told you what I was looking for here. Let's go on RTY. Did that ever play out? Or like YM? Ugh. Ugh. See, like I said, like even NG, bro, it's going to be less interesting when you take out objectives because you could get a new face. Like I really don't like trading continuation. It's so much more. You can get faked out so much more, man. Like I like trading this from here, the manipulation around the manipulation to the close. And I like to manage. Like I would like to manage to maybe this low, but I wouldn't chase it after taking out these lows. It's not generally how I trade. You can even see this is fucking ugly, bro. And it's like you're entering when the daily range has already been printed. See this large range already? It was kind of like yesterday on YM, or sorry, ES and NQ, where like around 9:30, it's like I'm not even interested because first off, it doesn't fit my narrative for the daily profile. It's like I don't expect price to come down here because of how far we're leaving this, but it's like I can't anticipate how much farther this range is gonna go. It's already large. So it's like I can't anticipate if it's gonna go way up here, or what. So like I don't like entering in the premium end of an expansion candle. I like entering on the open price. So like really I'll show you like an example. Like I already showed you guys a couple, but I took something. Oh yeah, I took this. I took this trade. So look at the previous day we expand, right? You see how I can actually anticipate this expansion, right? Because look at the high day. It's just consolidation, right? It's just session highs. So when we manipulate creating the wick of the daily candle, I can trade this higher. If I go to the 4-hour chart, the same model, 6 a.m. creates a low, 10 a.m. continuation to this high. And I don't care what happens after this. Notice what happens after this. We just consolidate, right? Because that's what happens after you take out objectives, like especially with this opposing run being quite large. And then we create an SMT here as well. So I mean that makes sense, but it's like I want to be in before, man, before we take out this low. I want to enter, around the opening price or within the wick of the candle always. And then you pair this same model 930, pair that with the driver. So I just follow this repeatable framework. And ideally, New York creates the reversal. because I trade New York, so I want to catch the expansion. But yeah, this is pretty clean today. But we got to see this close today. It's gonna be interesting how we close. It's gonna be important. What's gold doing? So I'm pretty much done for the day. So I mean, this looks decent, obviously. Like I said, I wanted longs on gold, but it's also it's like not that interesting because it's the daily range is already printed, so it's a continuation. Like you have a continuation model, 4-hour open low, very large close and run, but there's no wick up there, so that could be a target in itself. Like this could be a target in itself if you want to trade this, guys. There's no wick, but I don't know where you would have got in. If I was an Apex trader, like I would take this trade. If I was like a low RR trader, that would be my trade, bro. Something like that. Have you gone through Bitcoin? Oh, I can look at Bitcoin trade. Bitcoin, a Bitcoin, a Bitcoin. Let me just put that there. Bitcoin. I don't have it on, so let's put it on. I don't know the best broker. Just gonna use Coinbase. Okay. When is this open, by the way? When's the new candle open? Is it Monday? That's probably a dumbass question, but it's probably Monday. Check this out on Ethereum. 19th. Is that this fair value? Okay. So we take this high out and then form this SMC here. But it's the same model, right? Previous day hits a key level. The weekly candle goes open high first. If I was looking at this earlier, and see this monthly closure. It's like a candle 2 closure, right? You have a fair value below it. Like ideally we saw like this opposing candle support price lower for the monthly candle, but this high can also do it. Like we just need to see this being the minute. This is the last defense, bro. This high, because if we come up here, can't manipulate this high, then like what else is there to target besides this high? So you're gonna have to like use a 4-hour or something. Yeah, like here. But like I said, this candle hit this key level, regardless of whatever. If you're just gonna use this mechanically, like this here, you can already anticipate this being a reversal candle. It's much like this gold examples, like on Friday, this candle at the key level. You can already anticipate this being a reversal candle back to the range. And the way this candle forms is very important, by the way. I took this trade here. It's the same thing, right? This candle hit the key level. You're playing reversal off the high. Because we know that the candle, it didn't really manipulate because the open is too far away. You see this open price too far away? And it closed an expansion candle. So there's no reversal on that candle. So the next candle needs to reverse usually. And you can reverse off that high, but we'll look at the daily profile here. There was no SMT, right? Okay, there was. That's cool. So again, mechanically, like you have everything you would need from the daily to the profile. So the profile just just confirms this really. You have the higher set for SMT, but this is really what you want to see. It's more intraday than SMT. And then you want to see an hourly post and close here. As far as like entering this trade, like I don't know what you can enter on. Maybe the 15-minute or something, but just expansion consolidation. Do we have a manipulation like SMT here? what you'd want to see. Check. I can't tell. I think so though. Right, because 7 o'clock high gets taken. 7 o'clock. Okay. Yeah. There is S&T here. S&T there. It's also a new 4-hour open, so the candle just creates its wick. It's out of this fair value gap. It's a small opposing run, and the wick is created from also manipulation. So think about what I just told you on the daily. Why I like to have a manipulation create the wick and S&T. Same thing on any candle. Here you have it, right? And then you get the closure below. And then we get the expansion, but yeah, it's like kind of pretty clean, I guess. You guys want me to like go over like the model that I'm like talking about here? Very simple. So Marco, I actually have a stream in the lens. My first stream actually talks about this. But yeah, we're gonna go over this real quick. What is this, NG? Yes, nice. We all took like the same trade. That's my stop loss placement too. Nice. Pretty much exact same trade, almost. Damn near. That's crazy. Up to that. Anyways, yeah, let's go over this real quick here. So if you look at any reversal in the market, really, majority of the time when we hit a key level, you're gonna see something like this. I'll have to draw it out real quick. So let's go like this is an objective or a reversal point, key level, whatever you want to call it. So you're gonna look the first candle that hits this objective, how it closes. If it closes a expansion candle, then we can ideally open up this next candle. So you want to see an open high first. Okay, this is very important. You want it to go open high first, sweep out this high, creating a shallow run. So here, let me make this, I guess. You want that shallow opposing run, which supports expansion, reversal into expansion. But if it does this is an invalidation to this idea. If the price goes like this, if this candle opens up, fix it. If it opens low first, that's an invalidation, right? Because this is how a bullish candle closes, right? And it's not likely to come, open low and then sweep out this high and then go low again. It's not likely to do that. Another thing is there's that. So again, open low is an invalidation. You want to see open high. That. Another way is if we, make it too large of a opposing run to this high. So what I mean by that is if we're creating too big of a wick, something like this, because this doesn't really support an expansion candle. It's more likely to close a reversal candle or an indecision candle, and then the next candle would expand, right? So if I like fill this here, then we can anticipate, this next candle expanding, but like this, something like that. So there's a couple of variants of this. So all we really need to see is this second candle here after the first candle key level. It must do either or. It must either form a reversal candle, right? Like this into expansion, or just a reversal candle in general. If it does this, if it closes above this high with a bullish body, then I am not interested anymore. Essentially, because the logic behind this is when you really see a key level, we're not just hanging around here for like 3 to 4 candles, like it doesn't really make sense to do this. Because where's the willingness to trade away from this objective if we do something like this? Now this happens time to time, but the majority of cases we will reverse between 1 or 2 candles because like if this is going to be a true manipulation, then already close bullishly here. Let me close again, like bullishly again, like that wouldn't be a manipulation, right? So you want to see this next candle. Remember, if the first candle is a expansion candle, you need to see this be bearish. Well, now what's the other instance? And as well, you want to see candle 3. If we form a reversal candle, you want to see it expand, right? Because if it's going to be manipulation, we expand away from manipulation. What if candle 1 that hits the key level forms a reversal candle? Something like this, with a long wick. Well, then you want to see these candles expand lower because the reversal has already happened, right? So we don't need to revisit this high. Now, if it does, let's say it does, we're still going to keep the same mechanical approach where this candle needs to still print the reversal. So is that simple or what so far? Does that make sense so far? Or do I need to repeat something? And then we'll go through a bunch of examples. Anyone confused about that? Okay. If you're confused, then I'm going to show like so many examples, so it doesn't really matter. So now let's go through some examples here. It's going like a Forex bear or something. And another thing to note is if it closes an expansion candle, like let's just say this, we hit a low or something. If it closes an expansion candle, right? It doesn't necessarily have to sweep this low, and you're gonna see this a lot, bro. But you need to see on the lower time frame, it's going to look like this. Usually, it's going to be. Sometimes you can have a lower time frame manipulation already inside this wick, so you want to have that a lower time frame manipulation because that's what we want to trade away from is manipulation. Or it's going to look like this. It's just going to be expansion, mouth expansion. So this candle being expansion, the next candle immediately expanding away from the key level. So you don't need to, right? But if we close, like if we do expand away, this next candle, bro, what the fuck? Okay, I can't draw. If you do expand, then price can't revisit this. Whoops. I'm sure you guys have seen this a lot, like many times. If it expands away, now we're forming a swing point. Same thing. You want to see the next candle expand, right? Because technically, like this is a swing point already by the time this candle closes. So the next candle, we want to see that continuation. So now let's go over some examples here. And this gives you an easy invalidation point. So if I just go here, select the weekly candle. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Where we have the previous candle hitting this level. If this is going to be a manipulation, it's going to happen in the next candle. That's what we do, right? So you want to pair this always with an SMT to already anticipate a reversal, which we do have that, right? We already have that SMT. So we can already anticipate that, right? If I go to the monthly chart, what do we have? Again, this candle hitting this key level. Pair this with an SMT. Notice how we expand this next candle. I went to the wrong pair. Hold on. There's not SMT, but there's not SMT this high. But there is SMT right here. I'll show you. See how we take out the previous high over here? Over here, we don't. See that? So notice what I said about this price action. If we don't sweep the high, what is it going to look like? It's either going to have a lower time frame manipulation or expansion, melt expansion. Here, expansion, melt expansion. That's your confirmation. So yeah, we have this SMT here though. I believe it's right there. And now let's apply the same logic to the daily time frame within this monthly expansion gap. So y'all see that? So, and notice how this creates the wick, right, of this candle, this right here. So what do we have here? Monday open high into a key level. And then how did this candle close? How did this candle close? Reversal candle. So we don't really need to come back to this high, right? We can just see the very next candle expand, the very next series of candles, right, expand. And then we get consolidation. We tag really like this here is not the model technically, right? But there's kind of a reason why this wouldn't work regardless. It's because you're fading a bullish candle. So there is like some more advanced stuff to even anticipate reversals. But you see how Monday is the low, or Tuesday low of the week. You're like basically fading this weekly profile. Essentially, like you can anticipate maybe just without the model, right? You can anticipate a TJF, right? Because Thursday or just we're already hitting this objective, right? We're bearish, right? We're in a key level, so we can expect Friday. You can trade the reversal day, right? And ideally, we create a reversal off this high. If you go on the other asset, there might be a model here. What day is that though? Hold on. 15th. 15th. Okay, this is interesting. There is a model, right? So look, previous day, we hit this key level. So this is that Friday, that TJF. But here it makes sense. We have a model, right? I think there's SMT or some shit. Or something. Where's the SMT at? What? 8th? 8th. It's very weird. Like, these are not very correlated. There's no SMT, but that high that you see swept in the other asset is this high, which doesn't really, kind of weird. So there's no SMT there, but there is a model here, right? Because we have expansion, consolidation, manipulation of this high, right? We trade to this low. Now, look at the model on the every single reversal here you see. It's kind of fucking crazy. So the candle that hit this low is what? A expansion candle. So we want to see a reversal off of this low. Now we don't get an expansion candle, but we do get our requirement of a reversal candle. So this next candle needs to expand higher, which it does, right? And we inverse this gap. And to even anticipate this to add narrative to the key level, we use SMT. So I believe there is SMT here. Yeah, there's SMT here. So you could already be anticipating this, right? So this is the model from here to here, right? Every single reversal in this vicinity is the same model, the same thing happening. This candle one that hit the key level is a reversal candle, right? So you trade the next candles lower. This is not a reversal candle, so it needs to create the reversal of the next candle. Here, we expand into this high. When do we get the new phase of price? This is very telling on how this candle forms. So we get a new phase of price of retracement back in the range, right? If I go to the correlated asset, is there SMT there? I think there is. Friday the 16th. Friday the 16th. Yeah, there's SMT here. So that is a day that you can anticipate lower back in the range, but this is very telling right here. When Monday just consolidates, right? If this is going to be a true manipulation, what are we going to do? We're going to expand away, just like you see here, expanding away. So I look at this. When I look at the highs, there's equal highs here. That's one red flag. But now we're just consolidating, right? So it's expansion, consolidation. So if we're going to reverse from here, we use this high to reverse off of. And that's what we do, right? Same model here. It's also SMT as well. basically that SMT you see on the higher time frame just holds. But we also create this new SMT. You think about the weekly candle, open Monday, open high first. What's on the opposing side of that manipulation? Failure swings. You know. So again, how did this candle close? It's an expansion candle. So ideally, we sweep out this high, which is what we do. Okay, so you can trade. You can already anticipate this expansion candle, and then the next candle you want to see also expand lower, right? Does that kind of make sense? What are we within? We're already within an expansion candle, especially on this asset, on the quarterly asset. Very clear expansion candle with that small wick. So that kind of makes sense so far. When you really like learn how to fucking apply this to, like, I use this on 4 hour, the hourly, everything. It's very good, bro. Does that make sense so far? So right, we went to the monthly to even start to anticipate this. We had the SMT that we like to see form the high of candles, right? That's any candle, and that's what you see here on the quarterly asset. The weekly high is actually formed from SMT and a manipulation here, open high. So it's a combination of like the phase. It's really the logic is because of the phase of price. You're gonna get a phase of price within 1 or 2 candles usually, especially if it's manipulation, which is what we want to trade away from. You know, so we'll go for like some more examples. We'll go over like some higher time frame ones. So like we'll even go to this one, bro. So look here. First off, there's another key rule, by the way. So like if this is a weekly low, then I need to wait for a weekly close. Okay. If it's an hourly low, I need to wait for an hourly close. If it's a 4 hour low, I'm not gonna wait for an hourly close. I'm gonna wait for a 4 hour close. Does that make sense? And there's a whole nother, like, I'm not gonna get into it, but there's other things that I could go over, but it's not important right now. What I want to show you here, really, this is a 3-month high, but I want to show you something about fading candles here. You see how the 3-month candle is an expansion candle, right? And then the candle that hits this is a really weak close. So it's almost like two-sided. It's like, what is it going to do, right? Well, look at the low, right? We hit a fair value gap, so you can already anticipate this next candle being bullish, right? Does that make sense? Inside of this PA, it was very kind of lackluster in the delivery, but if you look in here, what do we have? The same models, right? This candle, reversal candle, trade the next one lower. This candle is not a reversal candle. If we're going to reverse off this next candle needs to create the reversal candle. It's an expand, right? So it needs to create the reversal candle. See that large wick? That doesn't support expansion. So the next one we want to see expansion, right? I just delete all this stuff. Then we more so enter like a consolidation phase. More so, like just very small range candles. Then we manipulate this here. So this candle has the key level. How does it close? It's a reversal candle. So we want to see the next candle just expand, right? Does that kind of make sense? There's a bunch of like sauce with just candlesticks in general. Like, you look at this reversal. You look at majority of these. I will say you can reverse in one candle, by the way, but you need to open up near the key level, like this. You see how we reverse in? You can trade this candle, right? Because we open up near the key level, and it has the potential to create that small opposing run to also expand away in the same candle. So that's another thing. But just for simplicity, like we just use the 2 candle rule. You can see it really everywhere here, bro. All this stuff here. See it technically right here as well. Right, this candle has key level. This candle forms reversal. This starts the retracement. This doesn't work here, technically, right? But if I go to the weekly time frame, There could be something. There's really nothing, honestly. Daily manipulation, maybe? Nah. I'm just trying to find, like, I can maybe use this opposing candle, maybe? Not really, though. It's just more so, like, EQ of this range. But if I go to, like, a quarterly asset, we'll see. Because I want to show you guys, like, how to also combine models within higher time frame candles. I'm gonna post about that. So 5-bar replay here. Okay, yep. So look at this. I knew something was here, right? So you can also use this as SMT, right? So if the previous candle created SMT, which would be just a model on the other asset, like SMT is manipulation. So you want to see the next candles expand away. So you see how we expand over here? Does that make sense? So almost every move, almost, is this model essentially, right? Damn near. A lot of times when it doesn't work, it's going to be like internal stuff, like maybe a fair value gap, like high end premium. You know, if we're going to get a deeper tracement or whatnot, but you can easily, it's easily invalidated, right? Because as soon, like on this candle, basically, like I'm anticipating bullishness. Let's say when I go inside of this wick here, do I see a reversal? Hell no, right? It's a hella bullish. So you can already trade this lower because there is no reversal yet. You can already look to go lower, right? So when we open high first, notice we're opening at first. That's also not great, right? And now we have a model right here. So maybe we could continue lower right here. Okay, we sweep out this high, but it's still valid, right? So you can still take this lower. And now we get this. So I'm expecting this area to hold to get to this low. And it's the same thing, right? This candle mitigated the opposing candle. So I expect the next candle to expand. You know, you can even look at the new phase of price of this candle hit this external point. When do we actually retrace? It's the next candle. You see that? It's really just like everywhere on damn near. But use it as like a framework. So like at this point, if this is going to be bullish, right, we need to sweep this low, right? And what did I say? What did I say about trading this candle here? I said it needs to go open low first. If we're going to sweep this low, it needs to open low first. It went high first, right? And then at this point, you're going to see that eventually we just start making a run, too far of a run from this, right? We're starting to expand away from the opening, which is creating a large wick, which is what you don't want to see, right? If you look in this PA here, bro, I mean, look at the ping pong. It's actually insane. Look here. How did we close within this gap, right? A reversal candle. So you want to trade to this low. This candle here, when do we reverse the next candle? When do you reverse off this high? You see the two, this candle is not an expansion candle like this one is, but it's a reversal candle. So the next series of candles, you target this low. When do we come back to this internal range? Off of this low. You see what I'm saying? So it's everywhere. So it's just a good framework, but and then you add profiles, bro. You add profiles to this. And then we add like time frame alignments, stuff like that. Very good. You only trade when your specific daily profiles present. I mean, essentially, damn near, but let's say we do something like this. Okay, let me try to find an example. Yeah, I can think of one actually on RTY. It's really just like I want to trade it with manipulation. You know, that's what I want to do. If you look here, guys, like this candle hit this opposing candle. When are we going to reverse the next candle? 6 a.m. If the 6 a.m. creates a high, which it did, right? Internally to 6 a.m. candle, you create an SMT. When is the real expansion going to occur? The next candle. Why? Because this opening price is too far away to support expansion. Now, sometimes in New York with like news events, you might get like a kind of like, I'll show you an example maybe if I can find it. I can't really find one honestly, but just this in general, like what is this 6 a.m. Like see 6 a.m. reversal here. You can anticipate like us going into these lows, like Asia lows or whatever, the next 10 a.m. candle, right? Does that make sense? If I go internally to this wick, it's really not much here. Like I don't have the model here technically, but I might on like a lower time frame. I feel like I'm really down. I just have 930 manipulation. So there's no real model here. And it's not going to happen a lot of times when there's a fat ass gap. You see this fat ass gap? It's just too big. But, well, damn, technically I do actually. I actually do have a model actually. This is the fair value gap high. Then you form the reversal candle here. And then this candle would have to expand. So I guess it is there, but what was I trying to go over? I totally forgot. Oh yeah. This here. So this is the daily model, right? Where we have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday expanding in one direction, but we're just leaving failure swings, right? And the previous day we hit this high, all these highs, this fair value gap. So I want this next day to go lower, essentially. So I don't have the high of day being SMT or manipulation necessarily, but just with that narrative of what you call it, the daily, right? The weekly profile, getting back to Monday's low. We have this reversal here. So you see how I can't, coming into 930, bro, I can't trust anything anywhere to really trade away from. All I know is I don't want price to come here. So I'm going to look for some protected high to form between this range to trade away from. Basically to trade away from this range, right? So 930 is the only time to really do that. And that's what we do. 930 opens. We take out this high and form S&T. So now I have a manipulation to trade away from. So all it is, bro, is trading away from manipulation. That's all trading is. Like, if you want to keep it really simple, bro, if you want really high probable entries and stuff, that's what it is, really. And then you see that 6 a.m. creates the manipulation. Then I expect 10 a.m. to expand. And this is what I traded. I took it to this low, or no, this low, I think. I'm not really sure. I forgot. But yeah, essentially how that trade played out. But these days right here that you see are my model. I showed you on YM right here. But not every day it presents. But ideally, yeah, that's how I would like it to present. You know, you can kind of see it here, where regardless of the narrative, let's see what narrative like. And guys, I'm never going to use like a fair value gap like way to the left like this. Like you're gonna have to find it for yourself. But in my opinion, highs and lows are the best. See this high? The next day we expand lower. You see this high? It's because highs and lows are like true manipulation. If you know my model, my approach, then a fair value gap, I need to see manipulation regardless to trade away from it. So internally maybe to like whatever, like let's say a fair value gap, right? We hit it. Maybe it's way to the left, so it's not really that interesting. If we do have like, if it's supported by the weekly profile and we perform a protected swing on like the hourly, the 4 hour, then I can trust it, you know. But a lot of these fair value gaps, like, bro, I'm not going to use this fat fair value gap to use this rule in. I'm going to wait for a manipulation to trade out of it because it's too large. Right? Manipulation actually helps you anticipate when it will occur, you know. That kind of makes sense in a way. And you want to use this logic with like higher time frame narrative, right? So here we have a weekly. We have basically the weekly hitting this high here. So if I just remove everything, pretty much have a weekly model and align that with a monthly model. Align that with a monthly expansion candle. See that? What happened here? What the fuck is happening? Why is this like jumping up and down? Oh, am I paused, dude? Oh shit, I am. I don't know why I wasn't getting notifications, bro. No, I wasn't getting notifications. Like you see, you see TWX texting me 17 times. I couldn't even hear that. How long was that fucking frozen for, dude? 1 hour. Line. 5 minutes. Okay, that's fine. All right, we'll go over this one more time. So what I was saying though is you can't just use it with like any key level. Like let's say if it's a daily fair value gap. Like, dog, I'm not gonna use this here. There's multiple reasons why, bro. Because look at the weekly candle. You have to use it with narrative. So first off, here it's just a huge fair value gap. So the way I like to trade out of fair value gaps is wait for a manipulation, whether that's on the daily time frame or the 4 hour, 1 hour, whatever, aligned with the weekly profile or whatnot. If you look here, Monday opens high first, doesn't create a wick. We have this previous expansion here, so you can already expect a new phase of price. If I go to the weekly time frame, you have a weekly model, right? Where the previous week hits this high. We open high first. Like I said, we want to open high first, create that small wick. So all this is external to internal. Does that make sense? So you have to have narrative, bro. I'm telling you. To trade out of this here, right? To trade out of this range, what do you need? Manipulation. If I go to the weekly time frame, like I said, you can reverse in one candle, but we need to open up near it. See how we open up near it? We open low first. We consolidate. Tuesday manipulation. So open, low, high, close up here. So what I was saying here is like even with these fair value gaps, dude, sometimes like even with these, whatever, especially like this one, this is terrible. If you're gonna use it, this is like really bad. Even though technique work with it, I would not use it. I was gonna say like a line model. So here you have a monthly model, right? Monthly candle hits this key level. Now, what I want to see up here, a lower time for manipulation. When I go to so this is a monthly opener here. I go to YM, the correlated asset. We create a higher high, right? So there's your manipulation, creating this high. So when you do this, when you're like trading monthly, like even all these lows, you see this, you're trading it wrong. You're trading absolutely wrong because the monthly narrative is bearish, right? And like you need to wait basically for this monthly candle to really anticipate longs again. You either need to wait for the daily to switch bullish, like maybe close of this high. You also need to wait for a new monthly open to support expansion because this candle does not support expansion, right? It's a large opposing run. So let's say the new open was like right here, like open, low, and then we could go higher, you know? So there's a lot of narrative that plays into this model, but yeah, right? Does that kind of make sense? Here it's just bearish order flow, like literally. Here you have like multiple days of continuation, so it's best when it's actually being applied for continuation, essentially, right? So you have this opposing candle, you could say, because remember we have an SMC here. So this is the reversal. See how this candle hit this high, the next candle expands away. Whether you count this as an opposing candle or not, we just have consolidation. But like we're just consolidating between this candle here. This candle hits the opposing whatever. Then you have Monday open high into it. When you apply the narrative, Monday or the monthly candle already reversed. And at this point, you form a swing point on the weekly time frame. So now it's just about continuation of weekly expansion candles. So you're already leaning bearish, right? Because this you're not going to trade away from, right? Bearish ones you're not going to trade it from. So you can already trade this, right? This manipulation here, and it's technically the model, right? This candle hits the high, you reverse off that candle's high, etc. But here you have this opposing candle, we hit it here or whatnot, we expand away. Then you have this fair value gap, expand right here. So if you're trying to use it like fading, if you're trying to keep like fading here, you're gonna get railed most of the time. You know, that's not how you actually use it. Though. Does that make sense? But yeah, you can use this little easy framework. You know, you have a fair value gap way to the left. Like I said, I'm not interested in using the model really with fair value gaps that are kind of irrelevant to price action. I'm going to apply a manipulation. Okay? Like I'm more actually inclined of using highs and lows, to be honest, because I want to trade a manipulation. Us hitting a fair value gap is not manipulation. That's not manipulation. So that's number one. Right? But here is the model, right? We hit this low, so we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday consolidating, obviously, and this is Thursday counter profile. With Friday expands away, and then you can expect the next couple of candles to keep expanding. It's probably a weekly model as well. It's more interesting on the weekly time frame, guys, for like highs and lows, fair value gaps. Or what am I saying here? Fair value gaps are more interesting on the monthly and the weekly time frames, in my opinion. It's just easier to confirm, and usually you're gonna have a manipulation. Like if I look maybe if I look here, no, that really went up that example. Actually, let me try to find one. I think we have this one. You can view this multiple ways though. You have like this opposing candle. This is the real candle that actually actually retraced. Now, if I got a monthly candle, you're going to see that. Look at the previous month's candle. That close, it's bearish, right? And we're opening up. We're basically opening up within a key level when price is already bearish. So, let me open high first with the monthly candle. Get this closure. Right, I can trust this, right? You know what I'm saying? But what else, dude? Another thing here, bro. Like this, you want to trade back into the range. You're essentially just going to align candle opens. This is not a weekly model, right? It's not, right? But what you're aligning is a weekly expansion candle with a lower time frame model. You see how Friday manipulated? Then we want to see an expansion. If we're going to expand away from this, then that small opposing run on the weekly time frame is supporting that. You know, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So there's some other stuff that to go over, but it's just too much to take in. Like today though, how was I bearish today? Previous day. This is an obvious one, right? Like, everyone's probably thinking. But yeah, it's a simple rule. Even if it closed bullish though, even if it closed bullish expansion, I'm still expecting us to either reverse off that high or just reverse like we did here. You know, does that kind of make sense? And it's a whole way to use a model to anticipate like the low of the day and stuff with the 4-hour candles, which I do, which I'm probably going to go over this weekend for the lens. Look, can you look at? Yeah, I think I did. What I did. GU. Let me just first go over this though. Let me first go over this real quick. So if you look, I was framing a bearish day. Well, What am I framing distribution off of? Redistribution off of a 4-hour model. Right, you see how this candle hit this key level? Well, I want to see the next candle expand. See that? Trading away from manipulation as well. Does that make sense? And notice how here we reverse in one candle because we're opening near it. So we can create that small wick. Here, we're not going to reverse as soon as we hit this key level. This is where a lot of people go wrong. As soon as we hit this key level, they're looking to trade short, but they don't understand that the candle that they're trading within doesn't even support bearishness. Does that make sense? It's going to expand the next candle. Does that kind of make sense? But yeah, GU or GA. Yeah, so this is an interesting one because let me start from monthly or something. It's technically a monthly model, right? Or coming lower. This opposing run isn't crazy yet. Like it could still be bullish. And here's why. If I look on quarterly asset, there's a couple things here. There's a weekly model where like the previous week hits the fair value gap, and then you see Monday open low first and hit this low. So I'm kind of looking bullish here. If I was to lean aside, I would actually say bullish probably, just because there's no SMT up here. It's just kind of equal highs. So, but what I don't like about this day is how we didn't expand away from this manipulation. That's what you want to see, right? You want to see the next days expand away from manipulation. So when we don't do that, I mean, you're kind of two-sided here where this close, it did hit a key level, but also hit this key level. So it's hard to anticipate a reversal like this because you need a little bit more confirmation. But if I was to, just confirm with the daily profile, that's always what you want to do. I think we have SMT at the daily high, previous day's high here, and then you get that alignment, so, and then you just get opposing candles here, and then you come all the way down to this opposing candle that created the manipulation, and depending on this close, if it closes like way up here or something, then I probably anticipate bullishness, honestly. Right? Because it's not an expansion candle, but it's kind of like this. Let me show you on RTY. I showed you this earlier. Or YM or some shit. I forgot what it is. Yeah, it was like this right here. It's literally the exact same situation, actually. Where like we take out a low, but we also tag a fair value gap. So this next candle is very important, very important, the way it closes. But you see this weak ass close, and also it's just the weekly open low first, so I'm more anticipating longs this day, and that's why I traded back to back days here. I traded RTY on one of these days, but does that kind of make sense? It really just retraced back into a lower time frame range, which is what we saw on GA. I got a 4-hour chart. Right? We just have this fair value gap. And notice how we have this model, guys, on the 4-hour time frame. Fair value gap. Low of the day gets created from a 4-hour candle. Fair value gap. Low of the day gets created from a 4-hour candle. From the same mechanical model. Back to back right here. Yeah. So like you want to use this model with like context, obviously, but I wouldn't trade this day probably, honestly. This day, but this I did trade right here. Because the candle again expanded as high, more so consolidating. You open low first. Internally to the 6 AM candle. 6 AM candle is really important for indices, especially because the 930 is obviously within that time interval. So a lot of times, either we're going to form some protected low in here for 10 AM to expand away from. And a lot of times, if it's a New York reversal, it creates a low today, which it does right here. But Probably gonna be done here. You look at here, all the like. Remember when I said you gotta wait for the closure here? Like, I don't want to confuse you guys. I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to confuse you, but yeah, it's pretty much the basics of it, you know. I just want to see what gold did. I'm just curious. I think it didn't go there. Oh, it did. Oh no, it didn't. Sure. I thought we had 5 minutes. Yeah. So remember I said it was more instead of longs. Yeah, my voice. It's very slow in the delivery. But like I said, like you're gonna wait for, in this case, when the CST is too far away, you're gonna wait for the first fair swing to be printed, and you're gonna use that as your CST. But this daily range is too exaggerated. You know? Maybe it was mentioned, but English wasn't there. It was for that. That's why it's why more valid PY because there was a bearish. There's actually S&T at the top. So like if I go here, so it's that same monthly model that I showed you guys. Let's go over on here. So on YM, the quarterly asset, we don't have a monthly model, but on RTY, the quarterly asset we do. We're kind of consolidating. We manipulate the high, and then here, right, we want to see price come back to the range. Now, do we anticipate it? Do we actually anticipate it to come all the way down here? No, we don't. Not yet. You're going to get that confirmation later on, right? So when I also said, you know, when you don't sweep out the high, like you ideally want to see, you're going to see two things. You're going to see lower time frame manipulation within that candle, or you're just going to see basic expansion of expansion. So when I go to weekly time frame on lower time frame, that's what we see, right? Like basic prior to the close, we did manipulate. So then we can just expand off the next open, you know. So when I go to the daily time frame here as well, though, because we do not have SMC over here, but we form it later on, like right here or something. I'll show you. You see this here? This manipulation here with SMC, which creates the high of the candle. So basically, the way that we would know that this range is going to fail is when you start to expand through it and basically make a really deep retracement through it. Because at that point, you're trading, really far away from the monthly open, which supports a bearish candle in general. So it's not likely to go bullish because, it's not really supporting a bearish or bullish monthly candle. So when you start to see these fail and then support price, and then you just get bearish order flow through the range, like just gonna fail pretty much. Start to see bearish weekly profiles through this range. It's not great to see. There's like all sorts of SMTs up here too. Like look at RTY, how we're taking out highs. Look on YM, we are not taking out any highs at all. So every time we take out a high on RTY, we expand the next day. Right? Take out this high, we expand. Take out the high, we expand. Take out the high, we expand. I might end the stream pretty soon. You only trade when daily bias is clean. No, not necessarily. Like the daily profile is clean. So like basically, how I've been repeating it basically, but you're just aligning a model, a lower time frame model with a higher time frame candle. So if I have a clean, like 1 hour model or something that is supported by the daily candle, then I have those two things aligning, So I'll trade that, even if there's no daily clean profile or something. So it looks something like this or something. We expand, I don't know, create failure swings. let's just say internal to external, right? And then we manipulate with SMT. Then I could trade this model here, even regardless of how the daily looks, to be honest. And let's say the daily open is like, I don't know, right here or something. This would fit my criteria of manipulation creating low day within a key level. But all it is like hourly internal to external. But basically, the daily profile supports it, where Asia high of the day, London, New York reversal or something, regardless of performance. But today, Canada would look something like this. Form that small wick to then expand or whatever. But I don't really care about this expansion after. I just want to trade to this high, basically. And then I could manage my trade. Maybe there's stuff way to the left, so whatever. But my main focus always lies on the hourly and the 4-hour models, right? And then I just, if I have a target on the daily, then I'll hold a runner or whatever. Or I just want to be, basically just want to be positioned before we take out this high. That's what I want to be positioned for, because I want to be in and around the candle open or within the wick. Yeah, that's the trade. But do you actually take that though? Yeah, I took NG shorts, Bob. Took NG shorts. I wanted shorts on NQDS, but it just expanded away. I wanted just a little bit more confirmation. No, I'm not going over that this stream, because then I have to like go for another hour or some shit. We've already been going for like, damn, I don't know. Yeah, pretty much correct. Pretty much. So like NQ today is very clean on RTY. Like we had the daily framework for RTY. Like you technically do have a model, right? The model I just showed you, it's technically here. Let me delete everything. Right, it technically is here, where we have this fair value gap, but it's a little too early to say. Before the day open, by the way, it's a little too early to say like that we're gonna go bearish, because there's no reversal inside this wick. And then like when you think about it, like a what's it called here, a damn manipulation, you want to see price expand away, which is what we do. So really, you need to see this next closure to see what price is going to do. If we have a weak closure like we have today, well, then now we have a strong swing point away from here. But if we just expanded again or something, we failed to really show the willingness to trade away from this high, then this high is going to go most likely. But yeah, like coming to the week, I wanted bearishness. I was leaning more bearishness. Monday's close is not ideal though. I'm gonna be honest. But intraday today, I was saying like, ideally I always want to see a manipulation. Like I said, you normally want to see manipulation. Like right here, we hit this key level. I want to see this manipulation. We didn't have any SMT prior to the day open or nothing like that. But I also didn't. I wanted to long to the side, but I couldn't, because there is no manipulation at the lows. Like I can't trade away from these lows, right? So when we manipulate the high, you can trade this here to here, right? This is the delayed. It's not really a delayed retraction, honestly, Frag, because we didn't really expand. It's usually when you expand away from the open and then come all the way back. This is just consolidation, honestly. But the manipulation creates the high of the day that we look for, which is important. And it gets traded at 9:30, which is great. So trading to these lows is very logical. You have a small wick and everything. And then you want to see how we react to this low. That's really important. And I was saying, if we don't create SMT here, because at one point there was SMT, Hold on, I'm lagging some shit. Yeah. Basically, when this SMT breaks, there's SMT here like for like 5 minutes or something. If it breaks, then this is no longer going to be a bullish day, most likely. And I said we're going to probably target this. Your next draw is Monday's low because there's no established low of the week, you know. So, but yeah, coming into today, you can't really, if we open here, bro, you can't even say that we're bearish yet. You have to let the profile play out, you know. Let me just consolidate, create the high of the day with manipulation. So, yeah, not bad. But now today's close is important. I think it's going to close nice and bearish, which is good. So I would anticipate this low to probably go now. Because at this point, I have a swing point formed from a already bearish range and key level. So, and you also have like Monday opening high first. So open high first, yeah, bring that swing point. So if we close strong, then tomorrow look to trade short ideally. Oil. Yeah, I wouldn't short oil. Going to the day I was bearish, but it gets invalidated. The way candles form is very important. So look how this formed here on oil. So what does it do? Right, open low first, creates a low day with manipulation, right, and then expands back into the range. So you can't expect price to go like this. So they manipulate, expand, and then expand again. Like it's just not enough time in the day to do that. So, you know, you just kind of have to let it pass. You know, kind of have to let this day go. But yeah, like this was our invalidation point. Ideally, what you want to see is this open high first, create some manipulation, create the high of the day, to then trade away from it. But it just gets invalidated, and it's simple as that, really. Pretty simple. But yeah, I would not short that shit. Definitely no. If you look at this day, like on NG, this is how we want to see candles form. Like open high first, create the high of the day manipulation, expand away. Redistribution, 4-hour model here. You have the previous 4-hour candle hitting this fair value gap. We trade the next one lower. And this model is aligned. You see how this redistribution is already within an expansion candle? So now, what I'm waiting for is the 4-hour to align an expansion candle. So I'm trading an expansion candle within an expansion candle. You know? Does that make sense? But yeah, see how it's showing the the profile of a bullish day, right? Where you open low, create manipulation, expand away. If you look on YM, if you look on any of the assets, how do we form this candle? Open high first, create a reversal around 9:30. If you look on NQ, we just consolidate really. This open low right here, completely irrelevant, right? Because we didn't expand. It didn't even hit anything either. So this is just open high, low close, right? High today again, formed by manipulation. I'll show you, sometimes it gets kind of confusing. Like this day here, very confusing, where it goes open, high, low, and then high again. And you create SMT here. There's a profile for this. I'll try to show you an example of it. But if you look at Friday, it's the daily model where the previous day hits something and then forms SMT. So ideally, it goes open high, sweeps out the previous candle's high, small wick, and then low close, which it does. But what was I gonna say here? Oh yeah, let's try to find an example of delayed protraction. Here's pretty much an example, but I'll find a better one. This is technically it though. This is a kind of one. Anyway, not the best one, but it's essentially this. Okay, we open up here. Hold on, I'll do better. Let's say this is the daily open right here. All right, so when we leave the open, say you're already bearish though, you leave the open price within the 2 sessions, and then New York, we come all the way back up, sweep out all the session highs, create a new daily wick, and then expand. So it's a little confusing. But you see it here pretty much, where we just kind of just fade away, and then we have this manipulation back into the range and expand again. But you see how the wick is still in support of that. But this is a totally different profile. And usually, you want to combine this manipulation with the driver, which is what we see. You see 830, make the opposing run, 930, expand away. And then you want to combine this with an SMT somewhere. So it's very specific the way this has to form. But try to find a really good one for you. This is essentially one, but I remember this day, by the way. I remember this shit. You see how we fade away from it? We come all the way back at, I think, 830. Yeah, so a driver, you manipulate for 845. I don't know. I don't even think I was new. It's just weird, but basically have 930 expanding away from manipulation. But the delivery from it was ass. Trying to find a better one for you. Okay, this day was fire. I'll find what the word. Really, really cool. Okay, hold on. Let me look here. Looks like RTY if it did it. Yes, pretty much right here. So see the high of the day was just nothing. It was nothing like relevant. It was just 1800 candle, right? So here we fade away from it, and we come all the way back up to create a new wick. It's still a small wick, and then we had that SMT that you saw. That's what this is really. Here's another one. Hell yeah. Look at this one. Same shit, right? Let me go to the daily real quick to see if this even makes sense to trade. Okay, cool. Daily model, right? Right? Monday open high first, right? Hits our key level, and you want to frame the next candle lower. Not only because of how this profile is forming, right? You have these, just like this phase of price expansion, consolidation. We want to trade away from a manipulation to trade back to the range to get that new phase. So here you confirm with the profile here. Right, so see how there's no real established high here. It's just this random ass high. We literally come and sweep it to the tick, right, to create a new wick. Like that's technically a new wick now. It's not 1800 high. It's now 930 high probably. Right? Yeah, around 930. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. And then you just look for SMT here. So we'll look. Okay, there is some sort of SMT, like way to the left. Yeah, like 1400 right here. Yeah, right here. So that kind of makes sense. And then you break it down. You break it down to this. You have 6 a.m. creating the high of the day. What is 10 a.m. going to do? So we already know that if I go to the hourly time frame, we have this small wick. We have expansion aligned, right? Now we have manipulation to expand again, to anticipate expansion again. So what do we need to wait for? What are we going to align? We're going to align candles. We're going to align 4-hour expansion candles with the daily candle. See that? Like you can really anticipate this. It's like mechanical too. Like with profiles and stuff. Like my whole approach, dude. My whole approach is like damn near mechanical. That's why you see like people like Dala, Freg, a couple people like Ghost. I don't know, just name them. They can learn from this because it's mechanical, damn near. They're pretty easy to learn. I know. I need to fucking end it, dude. Where would you short NQ? Basically, where you shorted or where you just sent that. If you look on RTY today, or YM or something, the other indices. Remember we talked about yesterday. Really talked about yesterday shorting this day, and then the profile lines with it is like perfect. But if you look here, like, this is the only thing you have, bro. It's like you have this SMT here. Kind of just have to anticipate this holding to get in. That's pretty much it. And then for NQ, it's literally the trade you're saying. You know, you have to get in basically prior to 9 or 10 o'clock. That's the only thing, dude. Like honestly, which I just didn't take. But would have been cool. I usually don't do that before news events because I'd imagine that this risk. I just want to see. I'm just trying to log into like pay per trade. I just want to see how much this risk would be. Just curious. I would have to execute maybe like right here. Probably not that much on like RTY. Yeah, it's actually not that much. But on, if you're gonna do on AQ or some shit, I don't know how volatile today was, but we'll look. I don't trade micros, so even if you're gonna enter like this, for example, that's kind of I would enter that shit though. See how price expands back to this? I need that confirmation. Not enter that shit. Yeah, $500 for that. That's just ridiculous. That's crazy. And if you look on here, like this is the only entry you get, bro. It's going to be off the close. You don't even get a retest. So this is the only entry you get. And it's like, where do you put your stop loss? Maybe the breaker, but even that. Oh, hold on. I have to get out of bar replay. It's gonna be a lot of money, dude. Be a lot of fucking $870, bro. Like if you're Kiko, you take that. He's a maniac, bro. Nice. Yeah, dude. There's some redistribution entries and stuff. I just took NG. But with that. Wait, did he really? Sure, he's crazy. That's hilarious. But yeah, how much would you make there? Let's just do the math there. Like, holy crap, dude. So wait, hold on. This is probably like $1,000 right here. On a 50K? Yeah, dude, $1,000 is fucking crazy risk. If he took this, you can make so much money. 6 bands right there. That's ridiculous. I technically could do that. My accounts are at buffer to like do that, but dude, that's fucking crazy. On the 1 minute to do that. If it was like a 5-minute opposing candle, maybe it would. But 1 minute is crazy work. Before news as well. You're actually fucking insane. I'm probably going to. Is there any time you enter before 9:30? Been doing that lately. Yeah, it's like pretty specific. But I do like to see 9:30 past. It's essentially like if 8:30 manipulates, or like we manipulate prior to it. But like a lot of times, if there's no news prior to 9:30, then it's really an irrelevant time to be manipulating. I'll show you this example. So like you almost want 930 to expand away from that manipulation to even validate it. Like it was something. It was like this day or some shit. Yeah, it was this day. Like we have somewhat of a. Oh, sorry, it was this day. We have the narrative to go lower, right? Because we have the profile, right? No protected low today, so we want to trade back to that, right? But when I look at the high of the day, it's just like 7 a.m. It's like the weirdest time ever. There's also no SMT up here, so it doesn't really fit my model to a T. Like the profile fits it, but the reversal doesn't fit it. So when it's something like that, where we do have alignment on like 15-minute or whatever, right? You already have this alignment and everything. You need to see 930 expand away from that, right? That's what you want to see. Does that make sense? Because like I said, if you manipulate prior or have a high to trade away prior to a news event, it should just expand away from it. We're also within a 4-hour expansion candle. Yeah, you kind of have to let that pass, in my opinion. It's like it's not really something I can trust because, like I said, there's no SMT. It's a relevant time. We didn't really trade into anything either, so I can't really trust that until 930 starts to break away from it. Kind of what I view this as, though, it's really just like consolidation, right? We don't technically have to manipulate to leave a consolidation. Technically, don't have to do it, because right, price can just do this expansion, consolidation, expansion, stuff, whatever. Here you maybe have like an hourly manipulation. You could maybe say that technically fits the model. So I'm just really looking at like the 15-minute CSD, 30-minute, whatever, right? 30-minute CSD. That's kind of what is clean. And you have this like 30-minute fair value gap here. So it started to look clean prior to 930, but I would still let it pass. I go to 9 o'clock here. 930 opens. We actually create SMT here. With YM, if I just show you here, it just wasn't clean. Actually, 930. Yeah, we create SMT right here, I think. Or not. Was that equal highs? Equal highs on this one too? Yeah, those equal highs. Yeah, it's just like that's kind of gross equal highs. 925. I guess there is no S&P. So yeah, I don't know if I would trade this, man. I don't think I ended up trading it either way. Maybe you want to use like a higher type of closure or something. There really is nothing, bro. 3 minute, 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what you can take here, honestly. Nothing really that point. I think later on we do create S&P that day though. It's like 10 a.m. or some shit. Like look here. Yeah, you see this SMT here. Very faint though. Very shallow. Dude, are they equal highs? Am I tripping? Ain't no way, right? Okay, they're not equal highs. So yeah, at 10 a.m. we open high first, I think. Let me check. Yeah, so 10 a.m. open high, create SMC there. Show you on NQ or yeah, NQ. So here's the SMC here, and whatever. Let me just continue. That SMC again, and then yeah, and you create another SMC right here. Just a kind of an ugly day, but to be honest with you. Yeah, that's kind of what happens sometimes when a relevant time just forms the reversal. And something like this too. is like when maybe Asia is high of the day or something. Would this is kind of weird though, actually. Like, I don't know why we freaking expanded at some random time, 7:30. But you see how we just get like a 9:30 continuation? If like we're already continuing, then 9:30 should just expand. We don't really expect price to come at this point around the open. We don't expect to come way up here. So like when it just expands away, that's kind of like the confirmation for continuation. You're gonna have it back-to-back days where you just have like Asia high of the day, which happens 40% of the time, by the way. Asia high of the day happens like 42% of the time. So that's something to keep in mind. But if I'm ever gonna trade an Asia high today, I'm gonna trade around the open always. I'm always gonna trade around the open. Pretty much every single time. Because to me, this is an established high today, so we need to create one, within distribution, basically. We need to trust it. And that's what you see me do on RTY this day. It might have been this day here. Let's slow it here. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was this day. It was this day. Damn, we're fucking lagging, dude. Here, you saw it. Damn. Here's your Asia high today. Right, but I'm just waiting for 9:30 to pass to create some sort of manipulation straight away from it. Then we have SMT. Sorry about that. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah, majority of the time, bro, I'm gonna wait for 9:30. You can even see it here. Asia high today. I'm waiting for 9:30 to do something. So like, I'm not gonna trust this prior to 9:30. Once it sweeps out, combine that with the SMT and stuff. You see that SMT there? Now this is a lower time frame, protected swing to maybe get to wherever, Does that make sense? I would recommend waiting for the open, honestly. It's just better. Here, you have the low of the day, printed at a random time again. The confirmation is 9:30 expanding away. See that? It just expands away. Because if this wasn't going to be the low of the day, then 9:30 would probably run it out. And at this point, you damn near have I remember this day actually. Yeah, I remember this shit. You basically have like a daily expansion, daily consolidation, and then we manipulate that prior to 9:30 and expand. I wanted to trade this day, bro, but on NQ, dude, the risk was insane. It was like today, bro. I was trying to get in somewhere, dude. But I don't fucking. I think something like this, man. Because there's SMT. By the way, there's SMT right here as well. So that adds to the narrative as well. But yeah, once you get in here, and the risk was like $1,000 for 1 mini. I was like, holy fuck, dude. I just get. I think it was a smaller stop loss than that to be fair. Insane. But I think I'm gonna hop off, guys. Yep, study CRT. It's CRT, dude. How is that even? That's not even CRT. What the fuck? Bro needs to study CRT. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to laugh at you there. Do you take any continuation sell in Q? Not really. Because look, like I said, I like to enter prior to something, but when we take out the daily objective, like it becomes a little uninteresting to me. Like as soon as you take this out, it's kind of gross, to be honest. And you can see that on like RTY and stuff a lot of times. Like I don't. Here's the reasoning. It's just fucking low. Here's the reasoning, because at this point, like the daily wick, it's already an expansion candle. So it's like how much further do you expect this candle to go? it's just lower probability. The farther we trade away from the open, and you're entering way in the discount, you know, it's fine though. It's fine, you know, taking this or whatever, but it's not as high probable as this. I promise you that. Not even close. It's probable. Got RTY, YM or some shit. You're gonna see how it gets a little choppy once we start to take out lows. You see how we come all the way back up in the range, kind of chop around. You see this bullshit? This is how you avoid this crap, dude. Like when we take out this low, you see how clean it is after manipulation? It's a clean move. But as soon as we take out lows and stuff, it can get a little choppy, you know? So, like, I just don't. I'd rather not, you know? I'd rather take my one shot at manipulation and stuff. Trade that initial move, but sometimes it's specific a little bit too. See, my voice going out, I'm not gonna lie. Might hop on tomorrow again. I'm more so just giving my analysis. I'm not gonna execute live on stream because I'm not gonna have people copy entries. I just take it on my phone. Yeah, I took a NG cells. Is this example on EQ 31st for long after the age of those? Let's look. 31st. Oh, I went over to say. Right? Example, would you look for longs? Oh, no. No, I would not. Because the objective is down here. You know? And basically when the previous week puts in a reversal, and notice how we have yet to really expand away from that reversal. Especially the weekly candle. It's just like this indecision kind of, right? We've already put in the reversal, but see when this happens, or like early week, you know, or maybe like Friday we manipulate, we expect early week to expand. You see how Monday, Tuesday expand back in the range? It's much like if late week, the previous week reverse, but hasn't really, you know, even expanded. You just have one day of expansion. You can expect early week to expand, which is what we do Monday. So it's like we don't even expect price to really come back higher, right? Because we don't really take anything out. When we take stuff out is when we expect price to retrace, but we wouldn't really want to see this value gap get filled. You don't really take any external out, right? And we also close over this here. So it's like, yeah, I'm not trying to see that. You know, I think I traded this day on like RTY or YM. We took out that high. Let me go back here. I want to say we took out that high that we did it on that. Let me see. Pretty sure we did, bro. Yeah. So see, we took out this here. So just like NQ, like we left these. It's the exact same profile, but you know when I see, I think I traded this, by the way. I don't fucking remember, but awesome. So I actually really don't remember. Did I? I'm not sure. I don't know if I did shit, but you have an SMT here, so like I want to favor like YM, you know, to trade rather than like NQ and ES because we didn't really take out that high. I just want to see at like what point. Let's look at 9:30. So 9:30 we didn't do anything, right? 9:30 we just kind of did whatever. It's out of this range. You just look at this candle. It's pretty fucking ugly. The open low, just chop around, like it's just choppy, right? Just when you wait for the 6 a.m. close, really, right? And then you see how we closed bullishly, just frame reverse off that high essentially. So the previous 6 a.m. candle created the manipulation. So if I go here to RTY, or maybe it didn't. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, that's actually even better. Honestly, that's even better. So within the 10 a.m. candle, we create the manipulation, right? This high. If I go to YM, it's over here. Like the manipulation over here. That's actually even better. And then you get your chain state of delivery. Pretty ugly, I'm gonna be honest here. But let's see if there's SMT here. Wait, was this the day I was full boarding, guys? With T trades? I feel like it was. Does anyone remember? Yeah, you see this SMT right here, I think. I think. Yeah. Then we form another SMT. This becomes like probably the better trader. You have like lower time from SMT now. Like this. Ooh, I don't know. Wait. Can I take this? If I can probably find it 1 minute. Yeah, I think this was the day, bro. I wanted to take this on a full port. Yeah, I remember that, dude. Who was in that stream? That was hilarious, dude. Tomorrow, last day until Friday. Wait, why? Feel like bank holiday or some shit. I didn't really look at that calendar. Yes, man. So fast. The day opens. You'd always have to respect that. What do you mean by that? Wait, that's only like specific when you're looking for a continuation. For example, what can I think of an example here, bro? Maybe I don't know. Maybe like one of these pairs. I know they expanded today. Maybe here. Nah, it's not good. I'm trying to find an example for you. Okay, kind of like this. Like if I'm taking a continuation with the previous day reverse or whatever, and like I'm anticipating an open high low close, then I want this to support the wick base. I want the wick to be, created from this level here. That's your invalidation point. But the thing about this on CL is we open low first, manipulate and expand back in the range. That's an invalidation. Right, you see this right here. There's your invalidation, pretty much. Because at this point, now we're just creating a large wick. The opposing side, it has manipulation. So we know that the candle's not likely to go open, low, manipulate, high, and then low again. It's not likely to do that. It's not really how candles really form, but let me try to find a continuation. What I'm talking about here. This is more so just consolidating shit. Maybe this. Yeah, kind of like this, bro. Except this is a right here. I traded this day right here, but essentially like we have expansion into a high the previous day, but we more so failed to manipulate that high. You see this weak closure, this long wick. We basically formed this reversal here with S&T. Expansion, and then I'm really looking for this inverse fair value gap to support price lower or higher. And that's what we do. We form an S&T here. And now I'm looking for expansion counts on the 4 hours. So if I show the 4 hour here, we basically get this. So think about that fractally, where we open up 10 a.m. right here. It's like if I want to frame a continuation away from this hourly opposing candle. And I already have alignment on the 15-minute. You know, I just want to see. I don't want to see it sweep these lows, obviously, because at that point we'd have a larger opposing run. It's like, what do we open up near at this point? It's just this fair value gap and this opposing candle. That's the only place for the candle to form, the low at. Right? And notice how it goes open low first. That's ideal. Into the invalidation point. Then you get that. Maybe expand. So that's how I got that. So just think about this on the hourly time frame. Like, whoops. Pretend that this is the hourly candle on the right, and to pretend this is this is the daily candle on the right, and to pretend this is the hourly time frame. It's the same thing. What's your day? Oh, my daily routine. I used to like back this a lot. I don't really do that anymore, but yeah, I don't know. I still do markup charts and shit, but yeah, it's not like as much as I used to. Yeah, I kind of spend time doing whatever I want. Really. I don't have like some crazy wake up time. This, that. I really don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie. Dude, you're an idiot. Like Fred, you're a fucking idiot. I can't believe you did that, bro. Like, you're so stupid. I'm always gonna call you dumb as fuck. That bro loaded up top step accounts when me and T were just full porting dumb shit. What? No, I didn't. Go find that. Go send it in here. What the fuck? The hell are you talking about? How do I analyze pre-market? So if you just look at daily closures, like I have maybe a weekly bias, possibly, whatever, and you're always gonna have like a daily closure or something, whether it forms an invalidation or not for the previous day to form the low at. And then I just hop on the charts like at 8. I don't really have a strict time. Usually around 8:39, and I just look how the daily profile formed. The daily profile will tell you everything you need to know. Like you can just look at but I could just look at the charts and usually tell within like a minute if I'm gonna trade it or not. It's a stream though. I don't have to identify my targets if it hit. I'm not interested in more. Except for continuation reversal days. Yeah, so it's going to be based off of like usually where is this at? So like the reason why I did this day for continuation here is because we had a daily draw still open right here, which we didn't even reach. See this? So that's the reason why I was looking for continuation. We did take out this high here. We retraced, right? So you kind of have to wait for basically price to retrace and then print a new invalidation point from a key level, basically. Kind of have to do it. So when I drop here, this is my new confirmation. And then you always want to enter around like opening prices of candles. So I'm entering around the 10 a.m. open to catch expansion. Does that make sense? No way. So if there's still a draw open, let me form a new validation. But it is more likely, bro, to like just be ass. Yeah, honestly, we're done, dude. Let's end this for the bro. Because I'm sorry too, bro. Y'all just keep asking questions, dude. What is the most important factor trading expansion candles away from manipulation. That is all you need, buddy. If I had to like simplify it, that would be it right there. Okay, guys, we're gonna end it here. Probably be live tomorrow. Maybe same time, whatever. I'll catch you later.